one.
Hello.
Hello,
So
hello,
you
hello.
just caught us as we're delivering. Have you got the right drinks? I'm pretty sure this is my one.
Okay.
Now Kelly always orders a top at Starbucks. Thank you very much, Starbucks.
I don't know. Do you want to try mine?
Try yours. Starbucks have very kindly given Kelly a telly, a tall, a large, even. Charlie, hello.
Hey, Charlie.
No, that's definitely yours.
Okay.
That's definitely yours.
So basically,
How are you, Charlie? You
I
okay?
hope you're well. So I ordered a tall soya, right, which is the smallest one that they do, chai tea latte, and I always order mocha venti. And the last two times, they've given me a venti, so I feel that's really kind. So thank you,
Thank you,
Starbucks.
Starbucks. Charlie, I was going to ask actually. I was checking out your videos earlier today, and is that your new channel, Charlie Dolby Adventures 2? Because you've got another one, which I was looking at, and I think the one you had on there, you had an upload from Carvery, and it was just the thumbnail was the Yorkshire pudding, and also a few bits of.
Oh yes, I saw that, but
Yeah.
I didn't have a look at the video. We've been quite busy. Sorry, we weren't here on Friday.
Yeah, so we have to give an apology. We got tangled up doing something else, and we just didn't make it back in time to be able to do the live. So we do apologise about that.
Yeah.
By the time we got back, it was God, it must have gone 7, wasn't
Yeah.
it? So we just thought it's pointless doing the live now, although we probably should have done.
Yeah.
Or let you guys know. So apologies about the non-live on Friday.
But I will tell you, I won't be here on this Friday either. I'm actually going to be out. So basically, a friend of mine contacted me. I haven't seen her for like so long, and there's another two friends who I also haven't seen. God, pre-pandemic, so it's been a good few years. And so we're gonna get together, and one of my friends who's going to be in our group, he's actually in a band and he's going to be doing a gig. I didn't know. I thought we were just all getting together for something to eat or whatever, and I had to look at the food, and I thought, right, well, okay, so the food is good enough for a couple and for girls, but I don't think it's good enough for the boys, because the boys are like into their ribs and their burgers and their, stodgy food. Stodgy food and stuff like that. Although we did have a burger on when we went to,
We
but
will talk
we'll
about
come
that.
on to that. And so yeah, so so I messaged her and I said, "Are you sure the boys are going to be all right with this?" And she was like, "Oh, I'll double check." She said, "Oh, because one of the guys is doing a gig and all of this," and I was just like, "Oh my God, is he doing a gig? What time's the gig and all of this?" So yeah, that's where we're going to see him, and I thought he was going to be. I don't know what time he's doing his gig, or whether we're going to see him before he's doing his gig. So it's all just been sprung on me, and I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, so I won't be around on Friday, and I don't know if you're studying. Are you?
I think so I will see if I can log in, but let's aim for Tuesday. Normal service to resume the following Tuesday. I've got a lot of study on, so I do really need to catch up. But what have you noticed? Jumpers. Have you noticed, for those in the UK, how much colder it has got recently? Funny enough, just before we started the live, I quickly went out to water some of the plants in the garden, and it's cold. I really did notice it as well, that cold, bitter wind.
I asked for the drinks extra hot.
Oh, I'm glad you did, actually. They do taste nice.
So my hands are cold and everything.
I know, exactly. It's good to have that round there. Isn't that really nice when it's a cold winter's day, especially? You get your hands around a nice warm drink.
And when you're not well as well sometimes. And I still feel like I've got a hint of COVID still. We've tested. Obviously, we don't have
We're
COVID.
both negative.
We're both negative. Because we were not negative, a couple of weeks ago now?
That's right.
Yeah. But I still feel like I've got a slight cough. I feel like the cough is going away ever so surely. But when I was sick the last time, it took over a month anyway for me to recover. But I also still feel a little bit nasally, a little bit of, sort of like blocked nose and stuff. I don't get me wrong, I'm so much better than I was before, but I still feel like I've got a touch of a cold still, like the remnants of a cold. So I don't know how you feel.
Well, I was going to say, they do say that about COVID, and I have noticed that as well. Funny enough, ironically, I started to feel worse when the worst of it was over. So there are remnants to COVID. I hope nobody gets it, but those that do probably will find. I think Ray was saying the same thing when she was on, that she found it was the remnants last a lot longer beyond the COVID stage. So if you do have COVID, God forbid, just bear that in mind. I've said it before, I say it again. There'll become a point where you start to feel better. Please do not be fooled into thinking that is it, it's over, you're done. It will rear its head. So do look after yourself, take care. 8 subscribers has Charlie. Now, Charlie, are your 8 subscribers on your Charlie Dolby Adventures 2 your profile? Because I did, like I said, I was checking out your profiles earlier on. You've got quite a few, and I just wanted to make sure I had the right one. Evelyn,
hey,
hello. How are you? You okay?
So yeah, so you said something, and I was gonna.
Let's go interject. So let us tell you about what we got up to at the weekends. Now, as we know, it was a nice long weekend for Easter, and we went somewhere. Where did we go?
We went to Rochester. Do you know what? My uncle contacted me today, and he said he'd never heard of Rochester before, and I just thought that's so amazing. Now, my family, they hail from Mauritius. I was born here, so they don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, they know a lot about the UK, and they've been to different parts of the UK and all of this type of stuff. And I was saying to him, oh, it's from Charles Dickens, but again, a lot of my family wouldn't have heard of Charles Dickens. They would have heard of Oliver Twist, but I think that would be about the extent, and they wouldn't have known. They would have just seen it as a film. They wouldn't have known it was by Charles Dickens.
Now Charlie said he's done yesterday. He did a new Carberry pub video, so that must have been the one I was looking at as well. Did you enjoy it? Was it good? And did you have the usual? I did see, like I said, one of your videos, you had that massive Yorkshire pudding on there, which we did spot, which looked amazing. So I don't know if that was the same video.
That might not be the one that I was thinking of.
No, I was going to say, because I know you've got so many channels.
Yeah.
So Rochester, what was great, for those of you that are interested in going or have seen the video, Kelly has uploaded one of them. We've got another one to upload.
I've got another one to upload.
And we did another one where we tested out the #1 restaurant in Rochester, according to TripAdvisor.
Now, both Karen and Ray gave us a little comment. So did Richard as well. Richard loved the pie and mash.
Oh yeah,
and he was just like, oh my god, pie and mash. And we were like, yeah, we've got to go. And I said, next time when we go, we'll try the pie and mash.
Hi Karen.
Hey,
hello.
Karen.
How are you?
And Karen was saying she loved your halloumi burger. She loved the look of it.
Oh, did you?
It looked amazing. Ray said she was hoping that we would try pudding, and we didn't disappoint because, of course, we had the cake in Eastcheap.
Yeah, we did.
The blondie. Now, we have got some more sweet treats that we did try when we were down there, but that will be in the second part of the video, because Rochester is a very small place. It's only the high street, and you've got the cathedral and you've got the castle. That's the actual sort of area that I believe Charles Dickens really enjoyed, and there's lots of homages paid to Charles Dickens. You had the Tiny Tim's Cafe, Peggotty's Parlour, the farm place that you videoed.
Yeah.
Was Austin. I don't know if it was called Austin Farm Shop. Then you've got the little Doric clothing store, the Mystery of Drood, and all of so many things that were written in Charles. He clearly he was inspired by by Rochester, and so if you ever actually do go, it's a sweet little, but it's very small. It's only one high street, the castle and the cathedral. Now there are other places in Rochester, but what I'm talking about is, as far as we're aware, it's just that condensed bit that is all full of Charles Dickens stuff, and the sweet little buildings that you would have seen in the video. There is more to Rochester, like they've got a shopping centre, but that's further down the way. I think you might have to drive there. Don't think it's within walking distance, and things like that. And I think there might be some type of sort of like spa and all of that. Again, there is a little spa though on the high street, which I thought, oh, do you know what? I need to ring them and see if they do couples massage, and we could try that out, because the spa was such a sweet little place, looked really nice.
So Karen said was a really beautiful place, lots to see. We have wonderful places to visit in this country. Do you know, Karen,
we really do.
That is so true. And the other thing I was going to come on to say if there's any sort of quaint towns that you guys know about or places to visit, please do tag us and let us know, because we really up for viewing them.
Yeah, especially little chocolate box towns.
Yes,
or something.
that's something we want to do. We also want to do food reviews in those places. So, like I say, we reviewed the #1 place in Rochester for food. So we did want to go and do check that out. But if there are other places you recommend, please do let us know. Hello, Richard.
Hey,
So
Richard.
Richard said, hiya there. Drop a thumbs up to Mark and Kelly. Thank you so much, Richard. Richard said, I've done quite a few Rochester videos, but love how you see Rochester. Do you know what? Funny enough, I was watching your videos today. You did one of the park. I've forgotten the name of the park of it, but you were going down the trail with all the bluebells. And everywhere you turned with all these bluebells. So Richard went down one sort of little sort of sidewalk, really. That park was huge. And as you turned out, you said, I'm going to turn a left now, because somebody told you to take a left. I think you were talking to somebody in the park. And then again, loads and loads of bluebells. But Richard was said, oh, but they're all purple. But I did watch that video, really, really good. And congratulations on 800 subscribers.
Wow.
Well
I've seen a couple of your Epping Forest. I've seen a few of your other videos.
Yeah.
But I've seen a couple of your Epping Forest ones as well. But yes, we've got a second video, because we actually go in. There's actually a sweet little hotel that it's not a hotel now. It's actually a residence now. But it's actually a sweet little hotel. Well, I say sweet little hotels where people who couldn't afford, the grander hotels, and so it was called the Six Poor Travellers Hotel.
Yeah.
And if you were in a trade or you needed somewhere to stay, that was the place. And we actually go inside and look at it in great detail. So that's we've only done 2 videos. So the first one I uploaded yesterday, sorry, and maybe the next one I might up today or tomorrow. You just need to do a thumbnail for it.
Now, Karen, so when are you putting up the second one up?
Oh, well, just saying.
And somebody has pointed out over here, hi both everyone, looks like Mark's had a new haircut. Where are the ears, Kelly? I've just noticed that.
Goodness.
Now, thank you for the haircut. The compliment, I should say, not the haircut. You didn't give me the haircut, but thank you.
So, we were in Rochester, as you know.
How are you, Ray, by the way? I hope you're well.
You saw the video. Hi, Ray. I hope you are well. And Mark kindly...
Yes, this is so. Just I'll let you know. There's a comic book store we spotted in Rochester, which is online, and I've forgotten for the life of me what it's called. What was it called?
Get Ready Comics.
Got Ready Comics. That was it. They are online, and they do sell this stuff online. So I did buy Kelly a few little ears, which they did sell.
Do you want to show that one?
So this is the first one I got. So these are Loungefly, which is slightly different. The Loungefly are the ones that do the bags as well. But the cute little bow, and it's actually, if I show you closely, it's gingerbread. So Mickey and Minnie gingerbreads. Mark, you've had your ears lowered, and Kelly forgot her ears. Yeah, I have, straight away from the cut. Oh, glad you're well, Ray. That's good. Yeah, so that was the first one, and your second one.
So there you go. I actually did spot these online, and I really liked them. In fact, these are the ones I'm going to wear.
Richard said, can't wait for your second one. My mum's going to watch your Rochester tomorrow.
Oh,
she got addicted when you mentioned it. Oh,
bless
that's really
her.
good. I think you were excited, yeah, when she mentioned it. There we are. So it's I think that's Fantasia, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, I don't think this was actually in the Florida park. I believe it was in one of the other parks. I don't know if it was Disneyland or if it was maybe Japan or somewhere. Is it Japan that there's another Disneyland?
No, Shanghai.
Shanghai. Yeah.
So apparently there's another one in Shanghai. So we were going on eBay because Kelly loves her ears and getting addicted to getting more ears. But a lot of the ones on eBay are from the Shanghai Disneyland, which I didn't realise there was one out there. Raven said, oh, they're lovely. Karen said those ears are lovely colours. They really look lovely.
Thank you.
There we are. Do you know what? It was only until Ray said, where's your ears?
I forgot I didn't have my ears, but I had purposefully put them here so that I could.
Oh no, sorry, Karen said it. Sorry,
yeah.
Karen said it.
So and I put them there, and then I just thought, and just carried on, and we were chatting because we were excited and all that. And then when you mentioned it, I was just like, oh, hang on a second, they're right here.
I know, we haven't even got it ready for the thumbnail.
We didn't do it in the thumbnail, sorry, but I'm wearing it now.
There we go. So that was our plan. So doing the Rochester one really made us, as I was saying, really made us realise how many nice places, as Karen says, there are in the UK. But B, also, we really do want to do a bit more exploring as we go forward. So if there are any nice areas or towns that you recommend, please do let us know. Throw it in the chat, and we'll definitely consider doing a little visit there. We'll have to tour it around, obviously, our work schedules and stuff, but we do want to come.
But I was talking to my mum today, and she goes, "Oh yeah, because they've got festivals," and I was thinking, yeah, because we'd like to go to the next festival.
Oh, it was Ray Ray. Sorry, it was Ray Ray. Noticed. Sorry, sorry guys. I thought it was Ray Ray.
Mark's reading them because I haven't got my glasses on. In fact, I don't even know where I put my glasses.
That's right.
Actually,
I'll do the reading.
So I normally keep them close by though, because when you inevitably get up and go somewhere,
they're right there.
All right, I've got them here.
Here you are. Just in case.
When inevitably when Mark gets up and goes somewhere, I'm like, and then like squinting at the screen. So, Mr. Magoo, like this one. If any of you are old enough to remember Mr. Magoo. Charlie, I don't think you'll remember. A bit before your time. But yeah, so and my mum was talking about the festivals and stuff like that. And I know I was having a conversation with Richard anyway about the sort of little fairs and festivals that they do. So I definitely want to try to get to a fair or festival. Yeah. And what I loved about the burger place that we went to, which was Chuck and Blade, we sat there and we were having a burger and everything else. And you know, sometimes when we're filming, we never know if the people like us filming or don't like us filming. So sometimes we can be a bit tentative. Do you know what I mean? When we're getting out our camera, because I feel like vlogging, although it is big here, I still think people are sometimes a bit like, what are they doing?
Yeah, we do get that a bit. So why are you taking the camera? Yeah. Why are you? But I mean, it's one of those things we just get used to doing.
Exactly.
So I said, Karen said, now the weather is better, the days are longer, you can get out, get more daylight to plan more longer trips.
Yeah.
Very true. I'm going to try and do that a lot more actually. And do you know what I found is because I actually booked a few days off work to go. And going midweek was so much better because it was just so quiet. It was really, really quiet. I thought the weekend, obviously, that's when most people will collaborate, all come together in a town or city.
There's so many cars.
Yeah,
there was
I know.
So many cars that I think they should pedestrianize that whole high street. There was it was busier than a normal road. There was so many cars that were just coming down, and only one car can get down there, and only one way anyway. But for a one-way street, and for only one car, it was so busy, so busy.
Ray Ray said, I'm taking my granddaughter to Hatton County Park tomorrow, a local little farm and playground for little ones. They have lambs born yesterday. Oh, wow. Oh, she's going to love that.
So nice.
She's going to love that. Do they actually let them pick them up? Sometimes they do, or you can just stroke. Richard said, I've just finished editing a secret video called Prospective Adventures. You'll be getting a week peek soon. So guys, do check that out from Richard as well for his Prospective Adventures. Prospective Adventures, which will be coming up very, very soon. Ray Ray said, Charlie, I see you've been to Skegness. I love Skegness. You went there last year and stayed in Maplethorpe.
I was looking at Skegness because I went to Skegness years ago. I went to the Butlins at Skegness. I took a look at a YouTube because we were looking at places and Skegness popped up, and I thought, oh, do you know what? Let me just take a look out of interest. It's so built up over there and everything. It looks so cool. And I just thought, do you know what? Skegness is one of the places we must go to.
I've never been to Skegness, and I know Charlie's mentioned Maplethorpe before.
Yeah.
So definitely something we need to look at.
I don't know if it's Maplethorpe. I have to take a look at that YouTube video again because I don't know who it was that did it. So I think it's going to be a tough thing to find actually. But yeah, definitely it's one of those places. I had to look at it because I know I'd like to go there. I'd like to go Blackpool. I've been to Blackpool before, but it was so many years ago, and we didn't go really deep into Blackpool. We just stayed where the arcades were, I think. So we didn't go to the pier and all of that type of place. So I would definitely like to go and actually stay in Blackpool for a couple of days and actually see and experience Blackpool, because I hear a lot of people talking about it, you know.
I've never been to Blackpool. I know that sounds, people there are going to be absolutely, you've never been to Blackpool? No, I haven't, and I should have done really, because it is Britain's biggest pleasure beach.
Yeah, and Strictly go there and everything, so it must be really big. So I definitely want to go.
I want to avoid the height of the summer peak though. As Karen rightly said, beat the summer, hold when there's lots of families out and about.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Richard said one place is a must is the Isle of Sheppey in Kent. Now that's interesting because that's not too far from us, Kent.
No, and
went once. Sorry, he said I went once. It was very interesting. Isle of Sheppey. No, we've never been.
I've never been. No, Isle of Wight I've been to.
Yeah.
Isle of Sheppey, no. But there's a few isles, isn't there? Isle of da da da. Isle of da da da. And I've only ever visited one.
Well, Isle of Wight, Isle of Man, obviously the most prominent.
Then you got Isle of Dogs.
That's no, that's not really.
I don't know.
That's London, isn't it? Ray said, "I love Blackpool. We go for a weekend around twice a year.
Must be good.
Is a weekend long enough, Ray, to stay though, or do you really need a week to sort of enjoy it all? Can you do it all in a weekend? I suppose is what I'm saying." Ray said, "We stay in a big blue hotel or the Boulevard Hotel." We'll have to check
the
that
recommendations. Yeah, we'll check them.
We shall check that out as well. And is that on the coastal side? Is that right on the seafront, or is that sort of set back a little bit?
I'm always ambitious and I always want a hotel with a pool, right? But I never actually get to use the pool. I always want a hotel with a pool with the intention of going down and swimming either early in the morning or just early in the morning. I can't imagine going during the day.
I always think of Blackpool as like the Vegas of Britain, Britain's Vegas.
I think a lot of people do say that. A lot of people do say that.
So Karen's got a recommendation. She said Chichester is nice little town to walk around. Again, not been. I've been to Cirencester, which sounds really close, but Chichester. I can't even say it. Chichester. I'll have to learn how to say it first before I visit. But Chichester, I've not been to.
I've been to Hastings, and I'm just trying to think. Did I ever go to Chertsey? It's only because you mentioned Chichester and Chertsey, sort of like similar sounding, and I'm thinking because when I was growing up, what was great about the schools that I went to, I lived in Battersea prior to I lived in London prior to moving just outside London, and what I liked about my school, my school in Battersea anyway, which was better than my second school, we went to so many places. We went, I mean, in my second school, we did go to a couple of places. We went to Stonehenge, and we went to Rippledown House, and then there was a place that we went to Alton Kirby. So all these places in Kent. So we went to a couple of like day trips, and I also remember we went to France once as well. That was pretty good. That was for a day trip. But do you know, they let us off on our own, and we were only about 14.
No, I'm not so sure. They wouldn't. Our school would never take that risk. They wouldn't be that silly.
We were about 14, 15, and we had to go off and do we were supposed to go off and do a treasure thing or something like. We had to go and we had to go and see these sorts of sites. Me, as usual, not paying attention. Do you know what? I'm actually writing something at the moment, and there's a common theme, me not listening. And I didn't realise, don't even raise your eyebrows, you. And they told her, I didn't hear it. So I was just, and I was with a friend, she didn't hear it either. And so we just walked around, I could speak French. I needed to get some saucisson. I wanted to get my parents some stuff and everything else. So we just walked around France and then went and met the teacher afterwards. But when you think about it, 14, 15, what do you know?
No, there's no way my school would allow that. No way. They're responsible. There's no way.
Letting the pupils go off. And...
It would be just too much hassle for them. Crazy. Right, we've got a few comments. So Richard said Isle of Sheppey can be done in a weekend, in a day, but you do need to plan ahead. So that's good advice. Yeah. Thank you, Richard. Like a lot of places, I'll come on to Brussels in a second, but that reminds me of Brussels very much. Now, Ray's talking of Blackpool, said plenty of time for a weekend. So basically, you've got plenty of time to do everything in a weekend. I think a week would be too long. So that's interesting. So you can actually do the whole of Blackpool in a weekend. Ray said the hotels are close to the pleasure beach. We can see the roller coaster from my room. Oh, wow. Can you see? Funny enough, many years ago when we went to Las Vegas, many years ago, the New York hotel has a massive thing, and it's got a roller coaster right at the top. And I could just imagine that if you're in the rooms below, you could hear people going, right, as they go past each time. Richard said, I've been to loads of places when younger, My videos is memory of my dad. You might see my dad's playlist photos, memories, trying to revisit them all. Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
Well, if you have you got that as a video, we'll check that out.
yeah, I'll
Actually,
definitely have a look at that.
if you've got like a memory of your father on those videos, that's a really nice thing to do. On Karen's suggested,
Ooh.
Chertsey is near Weybridge in Surrey. Have you been? Is it nice?
I have a feeling we went to Chertsey when I was at, but this was in the first school
When
in
you said we, I
Battersea.
thought you meant us.
No,
I
no,
thought,
no.
I've not been to Chertsey.
No, because the first school in Battersea, we always seemed to be going on a trip, and when I think about it, because I would have been young at the time, I would have been like 5, 6, 7, 8.
9, 10,
No,
11.
roughly up to about 8, because roughly around 8, 9 we moved. And I think about it, and I think, God, as a child, right? If I had a child and I let my child go overnight, my heart would be in my mouth. I swear, if I ever become a mother, I think I'm going to become a smother. Really, I can't imagine allowing my 5, 6, 7, 8 child going. My mouth. When I think about my nephews now, my heart is in my mouth.
Ray said, yes, we opened up the patio doors, obviously going back to when the roller coasters are, and they were riding past. It's lovely,
Wow.
but remember not to walk around naked.
Yes, yes. But you say a weekend is enough, but a lot of people say that 3 or 4 days is enough for Vegas, right? And I can tell you here and now, 3 and 4 days, I tell you what, if you're going drinking and gambling, 3 and 4 days is fine for Vegas, right? If you're going drinking and gambling and you don't want to jeopardize your mortgage, only go to Vegas for 3 or 4 days, right? If you're a gambler or a drinker. If you want to see Vegas, 3 or 4 days is not enough. Yeah. You need to go for a week or longer, because there's so much to see and do. There's the Shark Reef, there's the Secret Garden, there's all the shows to go and see, the hotels. I mean, the hotels will take you a few days. There's shopping at either end. I'm doing this because the street is long. You got shopping at either end of the strip. Listen, 3 or 4 days in Vegas, you cannot do it unless you're drinking and gambling. Then 3 or 4 days.
Oh, so Weybridge. So Karen was saying it's not really a place she would visit. Weybridge has the Brooklands Museum. Okay, but might be worth us doing a little video on.
Yeah.
So we are going to try and do. When we go to these places as well. Remember, we always try and incorporate the food element. So we want to. One thing I was glad I did when we went to Rochester, we went on TripAdvisor and say, right, what is the #1 voted restaurant?
Yeah.
And like Kelly said, let's go here. I thought, yeah, that's a really good idea because we want to try out #1. And I was going to say, when it wasn't in that video you did, was it? That one is in the second one.
No, the Chuck and Blade is in the first one.
Oh, it is in the first one.
Yeah.
If you do see Chuck and Blade, that was well worth it. It was the #1. You can see why. What was funny is the owner was there.
Yeah, when we went back.
Yeah.
So we had our burgers and everything. Karen was the one who commented saying your halloumi burger looked amazing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then we left and we did a few other things, and then we went back and to get the cake, and you wanted to try their coffee because they had been talking to us about
that's
that.
right.
So then, that's when the owner came out.
Richard said, love the theme parks. Check out the theme park worldwide. They do reviews on everything. Oh, we will do that actually. We will do that. Oh, a new person, Joshua. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Joshua says, hey guys, if you're ever in Leeds, please go to Costa at Birstall. My friend Antoinette is a massive fan of you guys, and she would love you to review her shop.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Well, do you know what? I will definitely take a note of that.
I'll take a note of that. I'll take a mental note. I'll write it down.
Costa at Birstall in Leeds. And thank you for joining us, Joshua. I hope you're well.
Thank you.
But yeah, we will definitely have a look at that. So we are going to try and do a few more food reviews everywhere. Leeds is somewhere I've not been to for many, many, many years.
I've never been to Leeds.
No, and I've only sort of fleeting past it. So it's definitely one on the list. Birmingham, of course, we must need to go back to.
Yeah, definitely going to go back. We'll meet up with you, Ray and Ivy.
Yes, and we do want to try Manchester and a few other places as well. For the moment, we're kind of doing sort of local. I say local to us. So we've done London so many times. So we're trying to venture out a little bit more. Yeah,
just a little bit, because I think there are so many things to do in London. Don't get me wrong. There are so many eateries. I don't know if I'll be able to, because in my mind, I was thinking, I wonder if I can vlog the place that we're going to on Friday. Because when I had a look at it, the place looks amazing. There's a rooftop pool and everything, and I'm just looking at it thinking, what place is she taking me to? Because it said something about members, and I ain't no member.
Take the camera. Take the camera. I've not been invited. See, I'm not on the RIP.
Oh, please, as if you would come.
On the VIP. I said RIP. I'm not being RIP on the VIP list. I will be RIP if I'm not careful. Ray said, I was like that with both my girls, Kelly. I would have a meltdown if they were late coming in. I convinced myself that there was a need of help. They'd also only ever stayed with my mum.
Yeah, do you know what? I've got to say, I am actually frightened because I feel like if, God blesses us with any children or anything like that, I do think I would be, don't get me wrong, I'm strict, right? I'd be very strict. Mark, bless him, not that strict, but I would be like super like, do you know what I mean? Keeping them in line and everything else. Not as strict as my brother, because my brother was really strict. And my mum and my dad were strict. I just think that I feel, I'd be just, I don't know, a smother. I really don't want to be one, but I feel afraid more than when I was growing up with what's happening out, on the street and stuff.
So Karen's asked, do you like theme parks? Now, Karen, we do. I've got to say, we are huge fans of theme parks.
Not of roller coasters, though.
Now, ironically, you'll probably say, hang on a minute, you two like theme parks and you're not fans of roller coasters.
You see these? Look what theme park is.
Now, what we've done, we've tried to build up to roller coasters. Now, we started off on the sort of the timid ones, and we've tried to build up. I'm still not brave enough to go on something like Saw. Anything that goes up a 180-degree angle and then shoots back down again. I'm just thinking, that, or the ones that the ones that twirl and twirl. Now, we did look at not Chessington. Where were we looking at?
Thorpe Park.
Thorpe Park. That was it. Thorpe Park. Now, Thorpe Park has got several new rides. Well, I say new, they're newish. Anyone that's been will have seen these. The Saw ride, which literally, it's like that. So your cart goes up vertically, it goes over the bend, and it goes down directly.
I'm like, what?
I think that is.
I'm thinking I'm leaving my heart up there somewhere. No.
And they've got another one. I forget what it's called, but it's almost like wings. So you're if you make this almost like a bar, and then the sort of rails in the middle, and this bar,
and you're on the outside.
But you are, if you imagine my fingers are all people sitting on the outside, and this thing glides, it goes round, it goes 360, and we were looking at each other, thinking,
that's not for me.
So I think not quite yet. We're not brave enough yet.
But also because I'm a larger lady, I don't know. I mean, in the States, they sort of cater to that. The States are very good because they do cater to a lot of people in wheelchairs, people who can't walk, larger people, and all of this. And I don't know. It'd be very interesting to see it from an overweight person's point of view, going to these parks, what they cater for and what they don't cater for. But I was having a look at sort of like staying at Thorpe Park and checking out the I was checking out the accommodation and stuff, and there is that they have a resort. And it was really inexpensive. And I was saying to Mark, oh my goodness, we could go for a couple of days.
Now,
do you know what I mean?
To this.
And all of this. So anyway, I went on to do a little bit of research. Oh, shipping containers. So they've actually kitted out shipping containers for you to stay in. Very inexpensive. Well, I say inexpensive. They're not as cheap as a travel lodge, to be fair. Or maybe they are as cheap as a travel lodge.
But you'd expect them to be cheap because they are literally shipping containers with a bed in, and they are ever so small. So we were thinking about it, and I thought, it'd make a good vlog in the sense that we'd be able to show you guys what it's like if you wanted to stay there. Not the best of places you could potentially go to, so there is that as well. But we will try and get to Thorpe Park at some stage.
Yeah. When I say shipping container, I don't mean you get the whole shipping container. No, they're giving you a square, and then they fit a bed in that way, and then they fit a bed in that way, and then a bed comes down, and you can hardly get in the bathroom. And
as Ray said, not even a window.
Not even a window. There's no window.
No.
The only window that there is in the actual door. There's a porthole in the door, which they've covered up with flyers or something.
Yeah, the idea is, of course, is it's like a ginormous peephole. So it's not designed for you to look out of. If somebody knocks the door, you just push this in one side, and you can actually see who's knocking at your door. But that is it. There's no windows. It literally is just a shipping container.
It's
So Karen said, "Oh, you guys need to go on a roller coaster," but she said, "Just don't eat before you go on."
No.
Sick emoji.
Yeah.
Oh, funny enough, talking of that, I'm not going to gross anybody out, but what was interesting when we went to Florida, we went to Universal Studios, and they've got what they call the Hulk roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
Now the Hulk roller coaster goes up and it goes down, but it also, as you would expect, goes upside down, and it goes into the water. But you've got such a speed, you don't get wet because you're literally just gliding through the water. It just
Everyone else gets wet.
By the time the water's dispersed, your thing is gone. Your cart is gone. Anyway, what was interesting is they've got all these nets underneath the roller coaster. When I first saw them, I thought, is that to stop birds? And I realized, no, it's not. In the nets were wallets, combs, coins. There was a phone. So people, and they say, do not take stuff on the roller coaster. But clearly they've had nobody listen, so they've had to put these nets in. So of course, as you're traveling at the speed and you're upside down, anything in your pockets that's coming straight out, even at speed.
But when it comes out, it goes like it's the whole like it shoots out. I think you did take it. I think it is on one of our earlier videos because we've got quite a lot of Florida videos.
Yeah,
we've got a few Florida videos, and we've got lots of buffet videos at Vegas. So if you're interested to know what any of the hotels and what the buffets are like, because they've just started up now, they were doing family style in a lot of the buffet places, which means that the server brings the food to your table. But now I believe they're starting to open up and you can go and get your own food.
Now Ray's put a interesting point. She said, "I worry I won't fit into the seat." Now, one thing the United States do is they do have a replica of which I thought was brilliant. Outside every ride, they have a replica of the seat, so it'd be the exact same replica as you would, with the belt in there.
Yeah.
So if you are feeling a bit shy, thinking, "Oh, I don't know if I'd fit in there," you can actually sit in there and
try it out. Yeah. There were. I mean, what was good was I've been okay with the majority of rides. The only ride that did concern me was when we did the Gringotts ride, because they have to push it down, and obviously my belly was in the way. Now I got on the ride with you, your brother, and the girlfriend. Now all of them are trim. I'm the only big one. I'm the only big one in my whole family, pretty much. So when they were pushing the bar down, it would only go a certain way. So of course, Mark's got space, Ben's got space, Siobhan's got space, and I'm just like, it's my tummy is the one that's holding like everyone sort of like up kind of thing. Anyway, so she pushed it down, and I was like, oh. But I tell you, it's like an indoor roller coaster, is what it is with the Gringotts ride. And there's a point where you're like this, and you're in the dark, but it stays there for a minute, and then all of a sudden it goes zoom, and I'm like, but I always think that bar's going to come undone.
Yeah, you were.
And twice I've been on that ride, and twice I felt that that the bar might come undone, like it might not be stuck enough. So that's the only ride I felt a little bit uncomfortable on. The others were okay. The Minions ride is a little bit tight, and there was another ride as well, but I didn't feel uncomfortable on the Minions ride, and I didn't feel uncomfortable on. There was another ride as well. I want to say it was the Jimmy Fallon one, because the Jimmy Fallon one, the seats are quite narrow.
Yeah.
Of course, Mark's fine because he's a trim guy, but obviously for me, there was one year before I went, and I had a personal trainer. I think that might have been 2017.
Yes, that was right.
And that was the year we went twice.
Yeah.
And so at the beginning of the year, I'm like overweight and everything else. Then I get a personal trainer, and then I lose 2 stone. And you can tell the difference in the photos, because even I could feel the difference in my clothes, because now they were starting to get baggy. And I was thinking, oh, I'll need belts now to hold up like my shorts and things like that. Luckily I had smaller shorts anyway, because I had bought a couple of sizes. So that was my only thing. And I think if we were to go to Florida again, I would definitely have to work out. But I've just bought a workout. I don't know if you've ever been to the gym, but I think they call it the ski. So you get these 2 handles and you pull down like this, and it's like you're skiing, and so I bought that, so it should work the top part at least, but I want to get something that's going to work the bottom part. That the ski thing is good for cardio, so I also want to get something else for the bottom part to sort of start working that out, really, because I've been just sitting around the house. So I would definitely like to.
Danger of lockdown, that has been, well, no, even though we're not in lockdown, but
Yeah.
Richard said, I love Margate's roller coaster. Last time we went on that, the G-force was huge. A man sits in the middle as a brakeman. It's an old coaster, but it still has a kick.
Is there still a thing in Margate? I thought that had closed. It used to be called Ben Bon Brothers.
Well, actually, we've not been to Margate. Funny enough, when we were going to Rochester, I did say to Kelly, we were looking at places to go. We opted on there on Rochester.
1 minute.
We got a phone call purely because I'm gonna look in there. We scooch past purely because it was on the sort of the same track almost. But yeah, I've not been to Margate, so I don't know if that's still there. Ray Race, where are we? Oh, you'd also like to see us review, says Richard, Southend City, which is your local seaside. I'd like you to review the area. Okay, that'll be one week. That's different to Southend though, isn't it? Southend City, yeah, that's right. I thought it was Southend. Is that and that's Essex Way, is that right? Is that an Essex? I'm trying to get my bearings there. Ray said, I've got a really skinny legs and a round belly. I don't think you have, Ray. I don't think you have, but I know where Kelly struggles as well with those, with the bar, she was saying as well, because it has to lock on these roller coasters. It's not one of these things that you can just force yourself down. It's got to lock in. I think that's a difficult thing as well. It comes right flush with your front, so like I say, it's difficult to push down if you can't get it to lock in, and they won't let you go on the ride if it doesn't lock. Richard said Margate as Hornby Model Railway Exhibition and Shop. Okay, like I said again, you can see every time you mention the place, I'm there going, I've not been, but I've not been to Margate, so that will be one we'll look at. And actually, fact, that's not too hard for us to get to, because it's pretty much on that same line, the one we went to Rochester. Karen said Hauling Island has an old rocky roller coaster. I like that rocky roller coaster thing. Your bum comes out of the seat when it goes over the top. Not for me.
Do you know what? If you
Hailing Island, she says. Sorry, Hailing Island.
I went on the Towers of Terror. You've not been on that.
No,
but I've been on it a couple of times.
Towers of Terror is in Florida. That's in the
Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios,
yeah,
Disney one.
And it's basically based on the Twilight Zone. So it's a hotel in the Twilight Zone, and you go and you're sitting in this seat. It goes, you are now moving beyond sight and sound, and then the doors open and you see all of Disney, and then zoom, you drop down and you come out of your seat as it's going down, and then it goes back up, and then you're stuck to your seat as it's shooting back up again, and then it shoots down. It's crazy.
Richard said Margate has a shell and grotto and caves and lots of retro shops. So many places to eat, spoilt for choice.
Oh, really?
We will try there. Oh, and thank you for the compliment. Richard said, I like your videos. Your edits are awesome. Thank you. Now, somebody has changed the subject. So Ray has said, have you been following the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case? Now, I have. Funny enough, I don't know if you have, but I have been, but on YouTube. Yeah. So I have been watching a lot of the YouTube
bits and pieces.
Now the trouble is with following it on YouTube is there's a lot of fans of Johnny Depp who do very pro Johnny Depp videos, very anti Amber Heard videos, and there are people doing the opposite. So anti Johnny Depp and pro Amber Heard. It's a very, very unusual case. How they came to record all these conversations. Yeah. I mean, you and I, if we have an argument or a chat or heated debate, we never record it, or at least I don't think I certainly don't.
No. And if I was, I'll say, do you know what? Let's record it. I'm going to record it right now. What is it you said?
Yeah. So this is what you said 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, remember? This is what you said. So it's not something that I'm a very honest person. So if somebody said they didn't want to be recorded or something like that, I wouldn't do that. There are plenty of people that would, trust me, even if you said no, there are plenty of people that would record. But I saw one with a recording and I thought, how did they record that? was it Alexa?
It could be.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Alexa's always recording you.
They're always listening.
Yeah, Ray said, and Karen have caught up on YouTube. Oh, Pav, hello.
Hey, Pav.
Pav said, hey, beautifulness. That's you. I hope you're both well. I hope you're both feeling better and doing all the things that you love, angels. Thank you. We're really well. How are you? I'm really glad to see that you're on, and I hope you're having a blessed day as well. Hope things are going well. We were just basically catching up on where to go for our next trip. In terms of doing our videos. So,
and we're talking about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Yes, exactly. And the guy's been giving some good tips as well. But yeah, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard thing has been mad. So Karen said some of the tapes and videos are outrageous. I know, especially the part where he accused her of doing something in the bed.
I didn't. I have only heard the only one that I saw. I think it might have been today or yesterday, and that's the only recording that I've heard, because it was something about he said to her, "You punched me," and she goes, "Oh, I slapped you, and you're fine, and but I can't understand why you're still talking about it and all of this." Such a volatile relationship. Now, I don't know why his marriage ended with Vanessa Paradis, but she never came out with any of this stuff.
No.
And previous ladies that he's been with have never.
Well, I think that's the thing, isn't it? I think what's been the more damning indictment for Amber Heard in that perspective case is that I think his former bodyguard, or his current bodyguard, has gone on testimony and said he's never seen any bruises on Amber Heard or anything. Yeah. And also, like you say, previous partners of Johnny Depp said, no, he's never hit me. He's never. So whether or not that, of course, that doesn't mean that he hasn't.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that he hasn't. But the thing is, I think that if you for 1 minute thought, say you were in an abusive relationship, because it sounds to me like she's quite a strong lady. The way she clearly, the way that she was arguing with him, clearly she wasn't frightened of him hitting her, right? Because she was quite confrontational from the recording that I heard. I'm not saying that he did or he didn't hit her or anything like that, but what I'm saying is she seemed quite confrontational. And if it was for one moment that you thought, you know what, I'm going to take you to court, the next time he did do it, you would make sure you took pictures and stuff like that, because you know that at some point you're going, this thing, by the time it gets to that point, the relationship has come to the end. And if she was as strong and as confrontational, it seems to me that you would be like, okay, well, I'm not going to stay in this thing anymore, or I might try to work at it a bit more, but sooner or later and you would take videos, or you would take, you know, some type of evidence. I think if it is as she seemed, which was when she was goading him, she goes, "Oh, I don't understand why you're still talking about it. It was a slap. I slapped you, blah blah blah." And he was saying, but why? I think he was trying to question why she was. Do you know what I mean?
Well, so Richard said, my prospective adventures, you'll see the big world smaller. Well, we are going to look forward to that, Richard. But yeah, no, we will keep an eye out for that, because I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Ray said, I always remember my ex filmed me on a drunk run. I was shocked, and I don't drink like that now. Do you know what? Funny you should say that. That's the thing. A lot of these films things are taken at the moment. So sometimes you can have that outburst or run. And if somebody sees it outside the context that happened, it can seem a lot worse than it actually is. And I think that, and yeah, as Ray said, he had a very bad childhood. Funny enough, you should say that. So when I was watching some of the YouTube clips, because I didn't realize his mum had actually passed away during the whole incident. So there was an incident where he was talking about that and recounting what had happened with his mum. And he said halfway through, he said, "Oh, and I sat there and I forgave her. I forgave her for everything." I thought, what was that about? Because it was only until I read it later, I thought, oh yeah, like you said, he had a really rough childhood. He didn't always have the best of relationships with his mother. So I think it was almost that of of making peace.
Yeah.
Oh, Karen's got to go. I'm off now, Kelly. Enjoying it
Oh.
out on Friday. Mark, treat yourself to a takeaway. Night, night. Love you lots. Love you
Love
too.
you too.
Hope we will be back on Tuesday. Don't
Yes,
forget. So
we're
we
back on
hopefully see you
Tuesday.
next Tuesday. Not this Friday, unfortunately.
And in the meantime, I will upload the other video to Rochester.
Yeah. Richard said, my perspective videos basically mean a different way of showing a video by size, sound, sight, a whole new perspective. Idea I drop in my earlier videos, an Easter egg. I'm full of Easter eggs. Oh, Rich, did you do one actual fact? Is your perspective video? Because I did see on your channel you have one of Big Ben, and it was a different size and setup. Is that the kind of thing you were looking at? I don't want to ruin it, but was that the kind of thing you were thinking about? Because I thought that was quite good. It was a totally different style of video. Ray said, whether it was a slap or a punch, can you imagine a man saying that? I only slapped her and
Yeah.
we wouldn't be an outcry. Well, and I think this is the point he's trying to sort of make in his case.
It can't be one rule for one and one rule for somebody else. And I think that violence is never the answer. It's as simple as that. Violence is never the answer. And I think that unfortunately, Johnny Depp's reputation with regards to his profession has really suffered because of what she has said. I don't know if it's true, and I don't know if it's not true. All I'm saying is that this has now sort of damaged. This is why he's brought. This is why he's brought the counter case. Basically,
yeah, exactly. I mean, because at the moment, as you guys probably know, a lot of film companies have dropped him just in case. So he hasn't been proved guilty, he hasn't proved innocent, but they have dropped him just in case. So of course that makes him lose out on. Of course,
no, because he was found innocent, wasn't he? In the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp, he was actually, there wasn't enough evidence. There wasn't any sufficient evidence to support her claims. So he won that case. Now he's brought a case against her because he has suffered through her through her case.
Well,
so
I suppose the other thing is as well, we really don't know. So I think it's got to go through the case.
Yeah,
it's very difficult to comment on a case like that, obviously, when we don't know the full facts. But of course, on each side is each person's opinion. But yeah, Ray said he likes drink and drugs out by the sounds of it, and so does she. Codependent relationship will definitely be toxic, and that's the thing.
And I thought, because when River Phoenix passed, I thought he had sort of given, maybe not the drink side up, but I thought he had given up the drug side, because it really affected him with, did I say River Island? River Phoenix.
No, you said River Phoenix.
Did I say River
I didn't know he owned River Island.
No. Well, because he owned the Viper Room, didn't he? And River Phoenix actually died in his club, the Viper Room. And he died of an overdose. And I thought he had sort of given up on that side of things, really. But I don't know if he had. When I was watching the court case, I don't think he has given up on the drug side of things, actually.
So I was just smiling, actually, because I looked at Richie and said, yeah, you're getting it. Small becomes big, clock tower. Mark is clever getting my Easter egg vids. I'm also known as the puzzler. My mistake videos are bloopers. Oh, that's no, I was going to say it because I saw that as well. You've got the Big Ben, and then of course you had it on like it was elongated as well and small. So I wondered if that was all connected. So that's very clever, very good. I did enjoy that, actually. I saw that. I thought, oh, actually, in fact, when I watched it, I remember sitting there looking at it. I thought, oh, this is different. This is different from his videos. So there you are. One to look out for, guys. Richard's puzzle videos. Well, not puzzle videos. I think what you called them, the
he's called the puzzler.
Yeah, you're called the puzzler. Your perspective videos. So we'll have a look for those ones as well. But you're editing at the moment, aren't you? You were saying, and those are due to come out. Ray said the picture of huge black bags of weed. I thought, well, he's not smoking that himself. Well, that was the thing. That's the thing. It's very difficult with this kind of case as well. Like you said, when these sort of things are, you got another one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to scooch around. When these sort of things are brought into the fore, again, all this sort of this, but it was a very, for the sounds of it, it was a very toxic relationship. It did sound very, very toxic. And that's always the thing when you've got that conflict coming in continuously. It's never gonna last a relationship like that. It's very, very difficult. Richard said, "Did you notice the clock? Notice the clock had 2 different times." Ah, no, I didn't. I didn't notice that at all. That's clever. So, actual fact, yours is almost like a puzzle within the puzzle. So you've got the actual the clock tower, but again, it's in the format of that sort of thin shape and different times. That's very good. It's almost like Alice in Wonderland, actually. You're leading us down the rabbit hole. That's my little pun. Ray Ray said, cannot be easy played out to the public either. Do you know what? Funny you should say that. On the ending of one of the videos I watched on YouTube, they broke. I think they broke for lunch, and when they broke, they said to the jury, and I was thinking that exact same thing, Ray Ray. They said, "Do not go out for lunch. You can have your phones. Do not." Oh, sorry, the case ended. So you're not allowed your phones during the lunch break, but you are when each day you're giving your phones back. And that day thing had ended, and they said, "Do not do your own research. Do not look online." It must be so difficult because they're such a famous couple. It must be really difficult as a juror just to be able not to read it, because every paper's covering it, every news media outlet's covering it. It must be so difficult to make sure you don't read any independent articles on it, because apparently that's it. If you do go and research something, or you do go and look at something, they have to kick that juror off
because they're prejudiced.
Yeah.
But it would be difficult for you. It wouldn't be difficult for me.
No, exactly.
But for you, because Mark reads and looks at everything. Like with me, it wouldn't even faze me not to look at it. And in my mind, I'd be like, why would I want to read it when I'm actually living it? But you would want to read it.
Oh yeah, I'd find that very difficult not to. And also as well, they just say if they kick one juror off, they have to make a decision. Depends how far along the case is. If it's a long way across, they think, well, you can't bring another juror in because they've missed so much information. So you've either got to think, do I restart the entire thing again with a new jury, or you just go along with the remaining jurors. Is it 11 left? Is it 12 in the jury?
I think it's 12. Yeah, 12.
So you go along with the remainder, whether you would go and do that. So again, it's very difficult, as you say, to be completely objective and not look at anything else. Go on.
I suppose with 11 jurors, though, there wouldn't be a tie breaker. Do you know what I mean? Because it wouldn't be like if there was 12, it would be 6 and 6. It could possibly be 6, 4 and 6 again.
Yeah.
But if you do have 11, you wouldn't have that.
No, you wouldn't. That's true. Richard said, my favorite YouTube my sister and her family watch is Mr. Beast. I've not seen Mr. Beast. Got to do
who's the guy that you watch that does all the eating?
Oh no, that's Beard Meets Food.
Oh right.
That's not Mr. Beast. Yeah, one guy I watched. There's a famous YouTuber called Beard Meets Food. This guy does professional eating, so he goes all the food challenges around the UK.
Oh no, that's not the guy I'm thinking of. No, the one who pulls out his table.
Oh, I don't know what he's called actually. Very similar. I've not seen Mr. Beast.
Is he an American person then?
I don't know. Kelly's just looking at it now. What is it about Mr. Beast you like, Richard? And what does he do? Because we're just having a look on YouTube now. There is a Mr. Beast there.
But he seems to be doing sort of like different challenges.
Ray said, rate my takeaway. He pulls out his table. That's it. Rate my takeaway. That's the one.
That's the one. Mark loves that one.
I do like watching Rate My Takeaway. I've forgotten his name.
We were thinking, because we do a lot of food ones, we were thinking, because you came up with something that maybe we should do a pure food channel.
Yeah, so that was an idea we were doing. So kind of splitting Mark and Kelly's tips into 2 things. So because what we originally wanted to do is just do everything in the one channel. So food reviews, holidays, little bits, cooking a lot. And like I said, we were debating whether or not it's wise to keep Mark and Kelly's tips and things 2 trips.
Yeah.
And then have a separate food one. So again, just floating it out there, what you guys think, or whether we should just stick it all on the one.
Yeah.
Another one to look for is McMaster's or Darren John food reviews.
McMaster's, yeah. Something popped up on my feed about McMaster's because apparently a lot of people who watch our channel also watch McMaster, and I've checked out a couple because he I'm sure he went to Vegas recently. He went to
Okay.
Vegas this year, some point. I didn't watch his videos though. It was in my mind to, but of course I got caught up doing my college work and all of that. Um, I was just having something delivered to my friend, and they tried to deliver. This is what the phone calls were about. And I was having something delivered to my friend to cheer her up, to Evelyn, and they tried to deliver it, but I didn't realise she wasn't in yesterday, so I was on the phone, and they couldn't deliver it. So today they would try to deliver it, but I knew she was going to be home today. And so he called me a couple of times, and that's what the phone calls were. But it's been delivered to her now. So
Oh, that's
yeah.
good. Oh, Ray said my husband watches both of them. Darren John is London based. Oh, okay. So do you know what? That's the thing, because I do love doing the food reviews. One thing we really did enjoy just post lockdown was getting loads of takeaways in. So you saw we went through this period of just trying every single takeaway we could,
Different
just to
takeaways,
review.
yeah.
But we do want to go back into doing more of the food and visit
Yeah.
as well. But we're just wondering, debating whether or not we should split the two videos to have one exclusively food and do one exclusively
You know,
for trips.
our trips going here, there, and everywhere. We probably will still put the food ones in, maybe with the, but we were thinking, should we have like a dedicated food channel?
Yeah, we weren't sure, so we're
Yeah.
just throwing it past with you guys what you're like, what you think, or do you think it's just cool having it all in the one channel?
Yeah.
Richard said, yeah, before lockdown, Cineworld gave me free tickets for reviews.
Oh wow.
The View
wow,
got jealous and gave me tickets as well.
Oh,
but they both stopped in lockdown. Oh, you've done really, really
Oh,
well. That
yeah.
is really good. We've not had that actually. I think we've not actually been approached by anyone. Or apart from Blacklock was the only one.
Oh yeah,
That was the only one we got
we were on, yeah, on a list to go and to their soft opening,
Yeah.
for the Covent Garden one. But we didn't end up. I didn't book it in time, so we didn't end up going to the soft opening. But that would have been quite good. But I think we were just umming and ahhing whether we were going to go and do that or not.
But yeah, it was nice that we were asked by Joshua as well to say if we're in Leeds to go to the Costa and Burstall. So we'll have to check that out. Make sure we get the right one.
What was his friend's name?
He didn't mention.
Oh right.
Let's have a quick look.
No, I thought he did. He did.
Did he?
He said my
oh,
friend...
Antoinette. No, you're right.
Antoinette. Hi, Antoinette.
Hello, Antoinette. So yeah, so if you are there, please let us know which Costa, just in case we want to get the right one. I'd be so gutted if we went to Burstall
and she wasn't there, or she wasn't working.
No, not that. If we were in one Costa and
she's
in another one in a different high street. No, not that one. The other one.
Oh
no. Yeah, that's so fantastic though. You got the tickets as well.
Yeah. I mean, it was really interesting because when we went to Rochester, the owner and the servers were really interested in us doing a vlog.
Yeah, so this was at the Chuck and Blade. So the Chuck and Blade, as I said, was the #1 voted restaurant place in Rochester. I forgot the place then. So in Rochester, so we googled that and that's there. So we went in there, and actual fact, we came back actually because I wanted to get a coffee.
Yeah.
And the owner was there, and we were chatting to him. And he was telling us all this information about how all the food is locally sourced.
Yeah.
A local woman there actually bakes all the cakes for them. So he's really kept all the produce local, which is fantastic because we were able to add that into the video.
The only thing that I think wasn't local was the burger buns, because they were actually from another independent business in Brick Lane, and
oh yeah, that's right.
And they get them delivered quite often, but they were also going to do a special next month with pulled pork, and they were going to do that in a beer, I think. But I was because when I was asking questions, I think he thought I was quite funny in the sense that I said to him, so are you feeding the pigs the beer, right? So that they're drinking the beer, right? And he thought I was quite funny. Now, you say you're laughing, right? But Gordon Ramsay had 2 pigs, of which he called Trini and Susanna. And he had tried, I think he had tried a cider or whatever it was from another place, a local independent place, I think it was. And he really liked that cider. So what he did was he fed the pigs this cider. so that it would be within the meat. Yeah,
I'm
you
not
see, you're
sure.
looking at me like all
I
strange,
am.
but there you go.
That would be like feeding a turkey nothing but cranberry jelly.
No, they didn't
as if
feed.
it's going to taste the cranberry jelly.
No, but it probably wouldn't be a taste that we would, but guaranteed you will be able to taste the difference between a chicken and a corn-fed chicken, right? Because you will be able to tell the difference because of the grains and the ingredients that you're feeding to an animal.
Yeah.
Right. So if it's grass, that's why they promote it, grass-fed beef or da 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 da, because the food that you feed them is
yeah, no, I
big.
get with it, but I'm not so sure it takes on the flavour. I'm not so sure. Although they do say
we don't know because we ain't tried it.
No, that's true. But I did read an article where there were sheep and lambs in I think it was Sussex, because they're on the coast. They do taste the meat tastes naturally more salty because of the grass. Obviously, it absorbs all the sea air, salt from the sea air. Also, Charlie, hello, Charlie. He said, "Which is my best carvery video that I did?"
Oh, I've not watched them all.
No, I've seen your ones as well. There was, I think, the best one I've seen. But again, because I know you've got so many channels, and I've only checked out so many of yours, and you've got some of your gaming ones as well. So I sometimes I want to make sure I'm getting them mixed up. You've done several. The one I did like as well, there's one on one of your channels you had where, like I said, it's a big picture of a Yorkshire pudding, and you've got all the vegetables there. That was a really good one as well. But there's another really good one you did, which is my favourite. We may have cut out, if we have, apologies. It's saying your internet connection is unstable.
We're back.
We're back. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Our internet, it's been like that today, actually. Whenever I take my laptop upstairs, if I'm working, I've noticed that as well.
This is the first time I've noticed it today. I've not noticed it.
Yeah, no, but you've not been on it. Oh, yes, you
have. I have.
Yeah, so yeah, that was my favorite anyway, the montage one you did. So with all the many pictures of all the food as well, that was my favorite.
Yeah, I think I've only checked out one or two of your channels because the other one's gaming. I'm not really into the gaming sort of.
Oh, I am. So I like that one.
But the one that I saw, it was a montage one that you did, which I quite liked. And then the other one that I saw was when you were walking around in the park, and it turns out it was your brother. You were with your brother.
Yeah.
And then you did one where it was a setup. Was it the setup of the room?
Yeah, that was a really good one. But that was he was asking his favourite carvery one.
Yeah, but that I think I only watched two, but the one that I can remember is the montage one.
The other one I was going to say, Charlie, is I know because you went to Wembley, didn't you, to go and watch Liverpool versus Manchester City? Did you record that? I was going to say, interesting enough.
Oh, I thought you went to a concert, The Wanted.
No, that was way before. He did go to that as well. But no, okay. Manchester City played Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final, which was at Wembley. And I think Charlie was going to go to that one
again.
As well.
Football is like,
yeah, well, Kelly would be interested in football, but I was interested in it. So oh, saw you did. Richard said he saw I didn't see that one, so I'm going to check that one out. I did really want to see that one. I did want Manchester City to win. So, but I will check that one out as well, because it's been years since I've been to Wembley. Absolutely years. I've not been to the new Wembley at all. It was the old one with the old twin towers.
God, I can't remember the last time I went to Wembley.
But Wembley, a long time.
The last time
that would have been when it was the new stadium.
Well, was it the new one?
Yeah, yeah. Because the new stadium's just got the one big arch.
I don't know.
Oh, can you not miss the arch? Okay, I swear Kelly walks around like this.
I wouldn't even go down that road, darling. I wouldn't even go down that road.
It's famous for its arch.
About not seeing things.
So Richard said, I will check that out, Charlie. As Richard said, it's on there as well. I didn't spot that one. I must have been on one of your other channels, so I must have spotted. But I will have to check that one out.
I mean, like with me, one stadium's much like the other. The only thing is with Wembley, it's just so far. It's just so far. I do like the O2. I like the O2.
Now we were going to go back to the O2 actually. That's another one we want to do.
Yeah, and something popped up on my YouTube feed that they have like a dome now that's dedicated to food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they have like almost like a food market, I suppose.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
But yeah, it popped up on my feed the other day, and I thought, oh, that would be very interesting to check out, actually.
Yeah, we will do. We will definitely do that as well, guys. If you are in London, we do recommend having a little look around the O2. If you're in that way though, it is quite a way out, the O2.
Yeah.
If you're in central London, it's a bit of a trek.
You can take the grey line, Jubilee line, isn't it? The grey one. And it will take you straight there. So if you're on a tube line, just take the Jubilee line, and it will take you straight there. And the tube is very, very close to the O2.
Oh, do you know what, Richard? I was going to ask that question. Richard said they are still repairing the O2 roof.
Oh God,
but that's still under construction. So, guys, if you may remember, I forget which storm it was. Storm Eunice, I think it was. Storm Eunice ripped off the tarpaulin on part of the O2 roof as well, and it was quite a severe storm. So I thought they'd repaired that by now. I didn't realise it was still repairing.
I thought they would have repaired that by now. I wonder if they're going
back in February.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to use a more sustainable material.
I doubt it.
Really?
They'll go for the idea being it's not sustainability. They're just going to use something that's just going to last.
Oh yeah, but I think in this day and age where they're talking about Grenfell and all that, I think they may.
That's slightly different.
Well, I think they may put a more sustainable, because the thing is.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, we saw your video filmed after the O2 of the storm. But I didn't realise they're still repairing it now. Yeah,
I saw your and then I saw you go down to the slip bit where all the ducks were, but by the river. Or was it a duck? It looked like a duck. I don't know if it was.
Now, if anybody's interested, you can, and you guys may already know this, but you can actually walk over the O2. So they have a designated walkway that you can go on. I think from memory, it's about 30 something pounds. I can't remember.
It was then.
It may have gone up by now.
Yeah.
But if you do one of our old videos, do check it out. You'll see that myself and Kelly's cousin, Steph, him and I both went over. We did the walk over the O2.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend it. Really good fun. Richard said it's not the roof damage. It was twisted metal inside. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was that strong. Oh, okay. Charlie said, I've been to the O2 before. That was on my old YouTube channel. Did you enjoy it, Charlie? And did you do the walk? Did you do the walk over, or did you just go into the O2? I always forget that, because obviously the O2 is built just around the millennium, so it's over 20 years old.
Yeah, because the thing was, when they had it before, they had like Bodyworks there, and then they had something else, but they were wondering what they were going to do with the space after obviously after the millennium, right? Because we were just thinking, well, what's the space going to be used for? So then they turned it into a concert hall, which was fine. But then again, it would only be used for concerts. Then they started opening some restaurants. Then there were more restaurants. And I went there and I just thought they should open up shops in this place. So like shops would just make this place. Then when we went there were shops. I was like, oh my God. But like 20 years later, almost.
Well, this is it. And they've opened up even more shops. If you do get to go, you will see. And it's an outlet area. I was shocked. Yeah. I was absolutely shocked, purely because where it is in London. I thought, well, they're not going to do outlets here, but they do. So there are outlet shops there now on the top floor. So you've got the ground floor where all the restaurants are, and you can go up the escalators where they do have. If you check out our video, you'll see it there. They do have all the shops there on that floor.
The thing is with outlet stalls, I feel like they also have an outlet stall in Ashford. Now, I've been to the outlet stalls in Ashford, and and they ain't no proper outlet stalls. They're not like real bargains that you can find at outlet stores, I feel. When you go to the States, right, that's proper outlets. And I do believe they do have proper outlet stores here. Maybe Portsmouth.
Is it Ashford?
Yeah, but Ashford is not. They call it outlet, but the prices aren't all that.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
What about Vista Village as well?
Bicester Village is more designers.
Okay.
They're rather than I've not been to Bicester Village, but I've had a look at the shops, and they're more designer shops than anything else. But I don't know if they are cheaper than normal designer shops. But they are sort of like designer shops. But with I'd definitely like to try Portsmouth. I think they may be sort of along the prices that I'm thinking are cheap. But also I think I remember going with my cousin one time to Cheshire Oaks, and I would definitely like to go to Cheshire Oaks again. I would like to see the prices that there are there, because I think they would be more of what I'm thinking of when I hear the word outlet, not just a 10 or 20 pounds cheaper. I'm talking about like real deals. Where are the real deals gone in this country? Where are the real deals?
Yeah, so if anybody has some good tips or tips for anybody here watching on some really good places to go for cheap stuff. Now, by cheap stuff, I mean clothes,
shopping,
outlet stores, that type of thing. So the O2 it wasn't mega cheap.
No.
Not stores.
There's some deals.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
Swindon, when we went there many years ago, that had a few deals.
That had a few deals. There was a Marx's there that had quite a good few deals in Marx's. But again, and La Cruzette had a couple of deals. But I'm talking about real deals, like 50% off or something like that. I'm not talking about something that, La Cruzette, if you're buying something from La Cruzette or KitchenAid or whatever, these things are hundreds of pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And I want to buy something 50% off. That's the sort of deals I'm looking for. 50% off.
So Richard said, I did the O2 when they had the Millennium Exhibition twice. Once with my friend and last one with my sister. Okay. Now, you've gone quite, that's a long time ago when they had the Millennium Exhibition. But yeah, it's fantastic. But I've got to say, they keep improving it, I have to say. Charlie said, if you were on my last YouTube video, sorry, on my old YouTube channel, you may have seen the inside of the O2 Arena. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get to see that, but hopefully you'll get to go again. But I will be looking forward to more of your videos as well. Love the one that you did in Hessel.
Yeah, I've been to a few concerts in O2. I went to see Justin Timberlake twice at the O2. Bryan Adams, I think I've been to see him twice at the O2. JLS, a friend of mine had free tickets, so we went to see JLS. One time, and she had free tickets, and it was in a box, and they had free food and everything, free food, free drink. It was brilliant.
That's right for some.
And then I got free tickets to go to see Justin Timberlake as well. And when we went to see Justin Timberlake, we went to see it in a box, but there was nothing. There was no food. There was no nothing in the box. And then I went to see Bryan Adams twice. That was normal. And I'm just trying to think, have I been to see, I mean, I did go to see Janet Jackson, but that was at Wembley, and one Bryan Adams was at Wembley as well. I'm just trying to think what other concerts, but yeah.
Richard raises a really good point. He does say loads of free museums up in the city to try.
Yeah,
and that's true. The list is endless. But RAF Museum, 5 hangars. Do you know what? Actual fact, you're so right. One of the great things about London is there are so many free places to go to.
Yeah.
All the galleries, of course, the National Gallery, the National Portrait Gallery.
They just ask for a donation.
Yeah, that's it. The Tate Modern. There are some really good museums to see. And like you say, the Natural History Museum, which is another one we need to go back to.
Yeah.
I do believe the Victoria and Albert Museum is still free.
We haven't been to the Natural History Museum together, I don't think.
No, we haven't. No, I've been.
Yeah, I've been a couple of times, but we've not been together.
No,
but yeah.
There's a few other ones as well. That there's just so many to try as well. So if you are in London, there's plenty to do for free.
Yeah, so many. But even Sky Garden, guys. If you want something really interesting to do that's free, go to the Sky Garden. You just have to book. Years ago, when I first went, you had to bring a passport because you had to bring proof of ID.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
It was either a passport or driving license that you had to bring with you. I don't know if that's still the case, but it is like the airport. You go for a metal detector and they check your bag. It's also the same when you go to the Shard. They use metal detector and you go through the scanner thing. They put your bag through the scanner. Pardon me. So if you definitely, if you want to go and do something free, the Sky Garden, and it's amazing. And it's free. Go up there and really check out the sights. See all of London. You get to see. Is it HMS Belfast? Is it usually?
Yeah. So HMS Belfast is actually on the River Thames. You'll get to see that from the Sky Garden. If you haven't seen the Sky Garden before, do Google it and have a look. It is fantastic. The building, I don't know the official name of the building, but the nickname is the Walkie Talkie.
Yeah.
So it looks like a big walkie talkie. At the very, very top of this skyscraper, there is like a ginormous greenhouse where there's a garden in there. You can go look at the garden, but also as well, you can eat and drink in there. Food isn't obviously free, nor the drinks. It is pricey up there.
Yeah.
So it's free to go up there, and they do tempt you to go up there, but it is expensive. So you might want to have something to eat or drink before you go, or after.
Or after, yeah. Have a plan. But the location where it is a really quiet side of London, and you've also got Monument, which is nearby. So if you want to go up the Monument, you get a little certificate at the end. Actually, if you go up the Monument, and also the Bloody Tower. I don't think the Bloody Tower is free, but it's close by.
No, the Tower of London is not free.
Right. So you've got the Bloody Tower, you've got the Walkie Talkie building, Sky Garden, and you've got the Monument. All three very close to each other, within walking distance. It's about a 10, maybe 15-minute walk to Tower of London. From the Walkie Talkie. I mean, if you're a fast walker like Mark's, probably about a 7-minute walk. If you're a walker like me, probably about 15 minutes, 12 minutes, 15-minute walk. So it's very close by, very doable, at slow pace. And there's some restaurants. There's Blacklock there. There is there's a place there, and it's like a retro record place that I really wanted to try. They do pizzas and things like that there. There's also the Ned. The Ned is expensive, so be mindful of that. But there's loads of cheap eats. There's like Itsu. There is Pret-a-Manger. There's all the sort of like cheap eats. There's even, or there used to be, I don't know if it's still there actually. There used to be a McDonald's. Actually, I think that might have closed down. There used to be a McDonald's on Cannon Street. But you've got you've got little M&S there. Like I said, there's Pret, there's Itsu, there's Pure. So if you just want to grab and go, Starbucks, there's all of those sort of like cheap little eateries to go. Closer to the Tower of London, you've got Wagamama's, you've got KFC, you've got all of those little things. So you've got cheap, you've got expensive, you've got mid-range. So definitely go and check that area out. And it's so quiet on the weekends. You can actually look around and actually check it out. We've actually done a video on Sky Garden. So if you want to have a little look, there's also Leadenhall Market where they did Harry Potter, which is also in the same video. So you can check out where they filmed Harry Potter, where he's going into not Hogsmeade, when he's going to the Three Broomsticks. So I want to say, so when he's going to Diagon Alley. So yeah, they go through the Three Broomsticks. But yeah, definitely go and check that out. It's a great part of London that is not busy. During the week, forget it, it's really busy. But the weekend, really good things to see. And free things to do.
So Charlie said, don't try out the Bradford City Shopping Centre outlet. Oh, don't. You won't recommend it. Or did you mean do check out the Bradford City Shopping Centre? I've never been to Bradford. That's another place I haven't been to.
I've not been to.
Richard said, funniest free exhibition was Whitechapel Gallery. Saw the video inside and had to walk out. Far too rude and nude. What were you going to? Whitechapel Gallery.
Wow.
I'll have to have a look. No, I say I have to look at that. I always have to look at that. That one yes. Was it that rude? Oh, look, we've got Antoinette and Joshua who joined us earlier.
Oh, hello.
Antoinette said, hi, guys. Joshua and I would be more than happy to accommodate you. Hopefully see you soon.
Oh,
wow, Antoinette from Costa, Bristol and Leeds is here. Oh, wow. Thank you for... So it's... I'm glad you came back. We were just talking about you guys earlier on. We just wanted to make sure if we did come to Bristol, is there more than one Costa there? We didn't want to make sure. What we wouldn't want to is we be in one of them. No, it's the other one. So yeah, exactly. Oh, thank you so much for joining us as well. But that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for mentioning that. We will have to look to come up to Leeds at some point.
At some point, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And check out the and is it Costa Coffee? Or is it Costa Restaurant?
No, Costa doesn't have any restaurants.
I don't know. It could be a restaurant called Costa.
Could be. Could be.
So, but no, thank you as well for that for pointing that out as well, and for the invite.
And for joining us.
Yes. Fantastic. Oh wow, that's amazing. That's really, really funny. Yeah, it's really nice actually when you guys do that as well. Give us recommendations, because also we like to share it with everybody else that's watching, which is always good as well. So we've got plenty of places that we need to come visit and go see. Charlie said Bradford is a posh area, and I've got a statue, and it's right opposite the football grounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, we'll have to look. So you are recommending the Bradford one, Bradford City Centre to go to. There's so Joshua said there's one in next you need to go to, one downstairs, and yes, it's Costa Coffee. Right, I thought that was clear, but I thought I'd just double check.
There's actually a next not too far from here, and they got a Costa Coffee. So I'm thinking they've got some sort of deal going on then, because there used to be a Costa Coffee. There's a Costa Coffee in London in Waterstones as well.
There's a Costa Coffee loads of places.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, in somewhere, because it's quite
right. So it's the one in next the store, and then you go downstairs, and it's the Costa Coffee there. We asked for Antoinette. Hopefully she'd recognise us when
we'll go. We won't know who Antoinette is, but hopefully she'll recognise us.
I don't know if Kelly will wear her ears, but yeah, that'd be cool. Actually.
I don't normally wear them out unless I'm going to the park or it's fancy dress.
Yeah, exactly. But that would be quite funny actually if you wore your ears into.
A couple of places where I used to work, I used to wear my Halloween ears.
Oh, did you?
When it was Halloween, yeah, and I'd bring my Halloween ears or Christmas ears. If it was a special occasion and it was Christmas and we were doing something Christmas, I'd wear my Christmas ears.
Christmas. I think that's one of the times you can, not say it's socially acceptable, but it's one of those things as well, isn't it? When do you get to wear your ears? And will you get looked at if you wear your ears round and about?
Of course you do.
Oh, Richard said my mum goes to Costa more than me with her man. Always tea and cake. Oh, goes for tea, not the coffee. I've got to say as well, I mean, I know we're drinking Starbucks here, sorry, but we do Costa occasionally.
Yeah, I really love their mint choc shake. The mint choc, I forget what they call it, but it's a mint choc chip.
Oh,
I really
Roschino, is it?
Right, yeah, that's it.
I know, because I'm always told, oh, get me one of those. Get me
Frostino. I love the mint choc chip Frostinos. So normally if we're going there, that's what I get. And I like the hot chocolate with the marshmallows.
So apologies. Again, it's saying that we're unstable. So if you guys are experiencing connection problems, we are having should be back now, yeah. Scunthorpe Town Centre, they've got a Costa, says Charlie. Do you know what? You find a lot of Costas around. Do like the Costa. Ashrafat is a very nice, pleasant place to sit, actually.
Yeah.
Either have a cake, a coffee, and just let the world go by.
Yeah. I do like that quite often, though.
Yeah. And so Antoinette said there's two. So we've got to be careful on the main one downstairs. We've got to be careful we go.
Main one downstairs.
We'd be gutted if we went to the wrong one.
Yeah.
Is Antoinette here? Who? Antoinette!
She works here.
Yeah, come on, you know Antoinette. They go, no, it's the other one. You need to go to the other one. Richard said, I got to cut down on chocolate and coffee for a bit. Causes me tension headaches. Do you know what, Richard? I do drink, and you can see from the size of that, I do drink a lot of coffee. This is my third today, so I did have.
But that's a chai latte.
That's chai. That's true.
That's not really coffee. A coffee.
I end up having about 2 a day, so I do try and have one caffeinated one, and then one decaf.
I disagree that Mark has 2 a day.
No, I only have 2.
I feel that he has more.
No, I don't have 2 more than that.
If you ever saw the recycling bags full of caps,
like 4 months worth. But yeah, it's I do. So I have my little Nespresso machine, which is my little treat. But yeah, if we do order in, like I said, we do get them locally because we're lazy and we get them done by Deliveroo. And get them ordered from Starbucks there as well. But I do know what you're saying about tension headaches. They do say if you have too much coffee at any one particular time, that will give you that as well. But hey ho, if we're going to Birkenhead, we will have plenty of coffee to try.
I normally drink 1 tea a day, sometimes 2 if you make them.
I often make you more than 1 a day.
No, I have 1 a day, and sometimes I may have 2. Sometimes, yeah, I pretty much 1 a day, really, which is just in the morning when you make them, because you don't often make 2 in a day. And I don't drink a lot of tea anyway, or I never used to. It's only because since Mark's been making it in the morning when he gets up and he's making his coffee, then he'll make me a cup of tea.
Oh, wow. Right, now, I'm going to change it. Well, I'm not changing the subject. Richard has, but I do like where this conversation is going.
Oh.
So Richard said, I have a Tasso machine, which we do too. We did do a review, which is our best video at the moment.
Video,
well, our best, not our best video, but our best viewed video.
Viewed video, yeah. Our most viewed video.
But he also says, I have a slushy machine and a candy floss maker. Richard, what is the slushy machine like? Now, the reason we ask is because our nephew really wants a slushy machine, but we weren't so sure if they're any good. So it's the official slushy with the slush puppy on it. It's the one we were looking at, but I don't know if that's the one you've got, or you've got a different type one. Are they worth it? Do they taste like the slushies you would have if you would go to a shop, you know, with the pre-made thing that's got the little rotary going around and you see the different vibrant blue and the vibrant red color? Does it taste the same? Because I know obviously you have to buy the syrups. I mean, essentially the machine is just like a thing that just fluffs up cuts up the ice, so it's really like a slushy.
I when I was younger, I'm actually writing something at the moment, and I wanted a Mr. Frosty when I was younger. Never got one. I didn't get one till I was about 10, maybe 12. But by that time the fascination has sort of like dissipated. I think when you get these things you have to be really young, because you're excited and you want to really enjoy it. But yeah, Mr. Frosty was when, and we used to grind up the ice and then you just put the flavoring on top, which was similar to a slush puppy or a slush puppy of the time, but wasn't a slush puppy.
Richard said slush puppy is a headache at the moment. He's been watching video, still got to get it right. Oh, I see. So you're trying to do a video on it,
right?
Trying to get for a review. Oh, and Antoinette, I think, is that a heart emoji? I can't see.
Oh, it's a little person with a halo on the top.
Oh, a halo as well. Oh, yeah. So yeah, we'd be great to see you. Actually, we will try. We've got so many places to go to, so I don't know when we can get round to it, but yeah, we'll definitely put it on our to-do list.
Yeah, definitely, because there are several places at the moment. I'm thinking I would like to go to. I was thinking Thorpe Park, but then I thought, you know what, Blackpool maybe. So I think I don't know.
We must do Birmingham.
Yeah, and I'd like to go back to Weymouth.
Yeah.
Because
gosh,
and it's a long time since.
And we've got to do Southend, as Richard would say.
Yeah, Southend. So we've got quite a few on our list, which I'm quite looking forward to. There's none in there.
Oh my God, you drink the whole one? I didn't know like you.
Yes.
Wow.
You see, look, he wanted to steal my drink, my drink, but I finished it.
Oh, Richard said, I've got all the gadgets, so I want to make cinema food at home. What popcorn maker did you get, and would you recommend it? Because that's the other thing I was always interested in. I tend to, we get really lazy. We with the best intentions. So you may have seen in one of the videos I did. So for Star Wars, they did the Star Wars official cookbook, which I did a video on. They did a recipe called Cat's Kettle Corn. So I did make that very, very simple to make. That one did relatively well. But I say relative. For our cooking ones never do that well, but that one did okay. But we always get lazy. We put it in a pan, or we end up being really, really lazy.
I don't feel that's lazy. Yeah, really lazy. It's just buying it. But I wanted to make some the other day, and so I had to look up at a recipe. And one recipe, they did a 1/4 cup of butter and then a 1/4 cup of sugar, and then they let that heat up, and then they put a cup. I think it was a cup of popcorn. The cup of the kernels, and you pop them in, and then you let it heat up, because I was wondering how it is actually made, like how you get it sweet. So I think that might be you know what, I might even make some tonight.
We will see. Richard said, I prefer microwave popcorn by Butterkiss. I've not tried the other one.
Do you know what, I'm not really a thing on microwaves. But I do remember making it one time many years ago. But I didn't think it was sweet enough. I didn't think it was sweet enough. But when you get it in the packet, I do feel it's sweet enough. when you get cinnamon, when you get Butterkiss ones. And I also love their salt and their sweet. I like, do you know what? I might even make that one day. Salt and sweet. Salt and sweet. I might make it. I might even make it tonight. Although I don't know how much salt you'd put in it.
So with the Cat's Kettle Corn, what you did is you put in, I think it was I forget, don't quote me on this, but it was I think it was a quarter of a cup of sugar, but I need to double check the recipe.
Right. And what about butter? Or was it oil?
No, it was oil.
Right.
But this is from memory, so it's about a year or 2 years ago I made this recipe. But they asked you to put in yellow food colouring in, and that was what gave it the real yellow tang to it.
Yeah.
But it's very, very nice. What was weird was they asked you to put garam masala in it.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember? But that it gave it a very unusual taste. So you got this very sweet curry taste to it. I probably wouldn't do the garam masala again. I would probably pick something else.
Yeah, maybe another spice.
I wouldn't mind chili with it.
Or maybe cinnamon.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was quite nice to do. So if you are making your homemade one, little pan with your oil, a little bit of sugar, delicious. But as Richard said, if you just bung it in the microwave, and I do like the idea that Richard's got, that he's almost got all you need for your full cinema experience. You can get yourself a nacho thing which heats up the cheese, or
hot dog maker.
Hot dog maker
all the way.
So one of those things where you've got, like, you know, where they got them on the little rolls, or they just sort of roll it on that thing, and it just keeps all the sausages warm.
Oh, I'll tell you what. If we had one of that, if we were doing one of our barbecues, and we had a candy floss maker, popcorn, do you know that people will go wild?
Candy floss maker,
People go wild.
I have seen them about, but we've never got. The trouble is, we've got such a small kitchen. We haven't really got space to store this stuff.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is it ends up being stored in a box, put away, and then that's it. It gets forgotten about.
But I think this summertime we are looking to take all, because we've got a load of chairs in the conservatory, because obviously when we do a barbecue, there's like about, I say obviously, but with our family there's about 40 people that turn up. So what I need to then do is we don't have 40 tables and chairs, but we have a lot of chairs so that people can. We also put out picnic blankets in case people just want to sort of like sit down on the floor. We used to have a pond, and a lot of people would just sit around the edge of the pond, really. But we've got rid of the pond because it was just taking up too much garden.
It came with the house. Not something I did. Richard said, my mum's scared of the microwave. Last time she used it, she put in a plastic plate, set it on fire with burnt pizza.
Yeah.
I woke up the neighbours. Oh my God, was that all the smoke alarms?
Oh dear.
Smoke smell for 3 weeks. Do you know what? That's
plastic. Yeah.
That smoke smell is so hard to get rid of. Many years ago, the flat I was living at, I had a fire in the flat, and it was horrible because that smoke smell, even psychologically, you have that smoke smell staying with you for such a long time. It's just a horrible smell. So I do get that. I do get that. It's not the most pleasant of things.
No, I've never sort of been, touch wood, involved in anything like that. So I can only imagine that the smell would be there, and like you say, psychologically it would probably not disappear, because that would be, I think you'd be paranoid, wouldn't you? Sort of like, can I still smell?
Yeah, exactly. It's that thing as well. And the trouble is with smoke, it really gets into your clothes, and you can never get rid of it. It's well, you can, but obviously with several washes. But psychologically, you always think, can I smell that? Can I still smell that? Even though you can't. Can I smell? Can I smell smoke?
Yeah.
Which obviously you can't, but it's like you say, it's one of those psychological things. But yeah, I know what you're saying going there. But going back to your setup, your cinema setup, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I would love if we had a cinema room. We did think about one time getting just a projector and then just having the screen. We just pull the screen down and then
outside,
and then just beam it on there. But we've never got around to doing that. But I think one day I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Richard said, not sure anyone noticed it. Looks like a cloud top of your screen, back and forth. Or was that a ghost or light effect? Is it that thing there? If it's that is actually a
chandelier.
Well,
our little
mock chandelier.
Yeah.
It does look like a ghost, but yeah, that's what it is. That's just the light. If it's something else, it could be a ghost.
Yeah. I mean, that's the mirror behind me and my junk behind that.
And that's Kelly's junk.
That's not mine. That's yours.
That's
the cheek of it.
That's why I'm doing this, so you can see my junk.
Yeah, no, that's his junk there.
We're terrible, really. We try to be organised with these shelves, as you can see over that way. There we are.
I am organised. All my stuff's in it.
But yeah, if you saw the rest of the house, you would say, no, not that. Like a cloud effect. Not seen that. Maybe we do have a ghost in the house.
Ooh.
I've not seen that cloud effect.
I've never really seen that though. Even when I've watched the videos, I don't. To be fair, I don't watch the whole video back, but sometimes I'll watch the first.
Oh no, I see the lights going past. I'll tell you what. Our house, there's a main road right in front of our house. And I think that's the buses that go past, because obviously the light reflects on the bus windows.
Yeah. So then you can see
windows. So it looks like there's shadows going back and forth, but it's not. It's actually the reflections.
Cars.
Yeah.
Cars
or trucks or stuff like that. So it looks like there's a light going past, but it's actually the traffic.
Yeah.
You had me worried then. I thought we got a poltergeist.
But like sometimes they speed down the road and you're like, but it's interesting because I open the window and I'm thinking, and the neighbour over the road's having their roof done. We were wondering if they were having a dormer done.
Yeah, I don't think so. They've had the chimney stack removed in the corner, so that's what it is. But so yeah, not that we're nosy neighbours looking around. What's he doing?
I'm a little bit.
What's he doing?
But Mark, to be fair, Mark is more than I am, because he'll go, oh yeah, have you seen that? And I'm like, what's going on?
Just keeping an eye out.
Yeah, just
making sure everything's
tickety boo.
Everything's exactly.
Tickety boo.
So Richard, we are very much looking forward to seeing these new puzzles you're going to put in there. I have to keep an eye out for them.
I really like the way you know when you do your feed on Instagram, he does. Do you remember those old puzzles years ago? You used to get them in a stocking, and it was like
click.
Yeah. And that's how he's done. So he does a little picture of this, and then it's almost like he's taken a picture, cut it in squares, and then uploads one square, then uploads. But you have to upload them in a specific order for the picture to become correct.
Right.
Because you can't upload them in any order. You have to upload them in a specific order. And so when he does it, it's like a clue. And then later on the picture builds and then it becomes
brilliant.
The picture.
Genius.
Yeah, it's really good. Because you look at it and you think, But yeah, the way he does it is very, very clever.
It's called Instagrid.
Right, okay. Yeah, because I've never said, but yeah, you used to get that. I don't know if anybody ever remembers, but years ago, well, when I was little, you used to get this stocking, and in the stocking, you'd normally get, I don't know if they call it blackjacks or they just call it jacks, which was a ball and these 5 little sort of like hexagon things. And you had to bounce the ball and pick up one, bounce the ball, pick up two.
Oh yeah, I know what you get. I don't know what the game was called. Yeah, I know what you mean now.
It was called jacks, something jacks or blackjacks or something like that. And then sometimes you get you'd also get an orange in there as well. So you get an orange, you get these jacks, you get some type of a colouring book with a pen with your little, and it was the 4 main colours, which would be blue, yellow, red, possibly green, blue, yellow, red, green. And then you would also get one of these little puzzles, and then sometimes you get the little round thing with the little ball bearing in, and then you would try and move it, and like a little maze.
Those used to annoy me.
And you don't get stockings like that anymore. You used to just buy them in the shop, and they would come in, like the stocking, like the net. It would be like netting stocking. So the netting that you get oranges in, or lemons, or that it become, and they'd come, and you'd have a thing of they'd be round, shaped like a stocking, and you'd get that in there. Yeah, and they don't do things like those. Were simple things.
There's a reason they don't do them anymore, because people just aren't interested in them. Otherwise they do them.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. It's difficult. But as technology moves on,
I know
people aren't interested in these things anymore.
I feel it's just very sad. I remember going to see Father Christmas in Arding and Obs, which later changed to Debenhams. And I used to get really excited going to Arding and Obs. They'd have a toy floor. It was like a very, very small scale version of not Selfridges, Hamleys. Although Hamleys is full of toys, so it wasn't like that. But it was a department store. And you'd go to the toy floor, and there'd be Father Christmas there. And this is when you used to get a present for free. and your free present
Oh my
would
God,
be,
that's going back a
I
bit.
know, you'd get a peg, and the peg, it would be a peg, and the peg would be dressed up in some type of way.
Oh my God, this is
and
how old is this?
yeah, it was many years ago. But you know, when you used to go, sometimes you'd get a colouring book and pens, and sometimes you'd get a peg, and the peg would be dressed up as a woman or whatever. And yeah, these were the simple games that you would get back in the day when you go to visit Father Christmas, because you used to get a free present. But now you don't. Yeah, Father Christmas doesn't do that sort of thing
Well,
anymore.
Richard said my vid at 8 p.m. is a hunt on yet another perspective. Right, okay, so you've got 10 minutes if you're doing it at 8 o'clock. So a little tip there for everybody. So Richard will be doing his perspective video at 8 p.m. Richard's Adventures. I'll go and check that out.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to say, oh, Hamleys, that's something we should do a little tour around.
Yeah, we should do a little tour around
I've not
Hamleys.
done Hamleys for such a long time.
To be fair, I feel a lot of shops are now no longer in my mind's eye the way that they were back then.
Well, of course not.
Yeah, because back then you had like big dolls' houses.
You still can get those.
Yeah, but they don't do them. I mean, the last time when I went into Hamleys, they weren't, you know, as they were back then. You know, you've got all of these games and these big toys, these big doll houses and all that. And I remember going to Hamleys when I was younger, and my parents never really ever bought me anything in Hamleys. But to be fair, there was never really anything in Hamleys that I saw and I thought, oh wow.
Oh really? I'm gonna say, there was loads of stuff there, but I think the trouble is there's such a huge markup on Hamleys. It's so much more expensive. You can get it literally cheaper anywhere else.
But there used to be a place called Morley's. I think it's still there actually, which was a department store again in Brixton. And I tell you, I still love it. They used to do this balloon, right? And it used to come in a tube, and you took a little bit out of the tube and you stuck it on the end of what was like almost like a straw.
Right.
And you'd blow it, and then it would blow into this big balloon, and then you would take it off and just pinch it, and then it would be like a balloon, but it was almost like a bit of plasticine or gel that you would just stick on the end of the straw. You'd blow it, and then you just pinch it at the end and let it go, and it was amazing.
Oh wow! Richard said I was lucky in Hamleys the day before lockdown. Him and his friend were the only customers at the end of the day. Well, in the entire shop. Wow, you timed that really, really well, because you would never get that now. Hamleys is normally ran. I remember many, many years ago, I was just happened to be in Regent Street, isn't it?
Yeah, Regent Street.
And I just walked past it. I thought I'd go in there. But what was, and this you're talking about like the 90s now, and they always used to have people demonstrating the toys. And like I said, I've not been in for many, many years. I don't know if that's still the same, but I'm just fascinated watching people like throwing like certain things in the air and it's spin or whatever, magic shows. But they all do the demos around there as well. That's just amazing just to wander around. Even as an adult, it's really interesting just to wander around.
I think as well, when you like we are children of the 80s, we grew up watching all types of things. And I remember watching Big, and he goes into the toy store, and it was amazing. Now
that's the one in New York, isn't it, which we went into.
So they had a version in Florida, and that shop was a smaller shop, smaller scale. It was FOA and or FAO, I forget. And they had like a giant doll outside and a giant teddy bear on the other side, and the like plain ABC bricks giant in the middle. And sort of like, I can't remember if it was above it or below it. It must have been above it, because otherwise you'd have to cross over it. And then you'd go in, and it was on a smaller scale, but they had everything in there. It was amazing. And then I went to the New York one. They shut down the Florida one in the end anyway, but we went into the New York one, and it was big and everything, but it wasn't as impressive as how you saw it on Big.
No, I think that's the thing. Also, as well, that obviously the thing of the movie Big, set in the time it was as well. But yeah, when we went into that, what's the department store called? I can't remember.
It was FOA Schwartz.
That's it, FOA Schwartz. Yeah, I'd like you to say it doesn't look as big as it was in the movie. I do agree with you there.
Yeah, but I mean, we went into Bloomingdale's, and Bloomingdale's is very big. Yeah, it's as it's depicted. And there's a couple of department stores that are massive when you go into them, as they are depicted. But FOA Schwartz, I was expecting it to be as big as it was in the movie, and it wasn't. I mean, they do have the electric piano there, but it's
Ding, 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 ding,
it's
ding, ding, ding.
like a blow up rather than you can step on it, but it's not that hard
The map.
thing. It's like a mat now, yeah. And they had one in the Florida one as well. That was at Point Orlando, and it was such a shame they got rid of that space. It's such a shame, but you know, I think less and less people were going to Point Orlando, because Point Orlando at the time was really popular. It was like there was so many things there to do. You had like a bookshop. I loved going to the bookshop, and they had like little clothes shops and all of this. It switched up now, and they've got some clothes shops, and they've got lots more eateries there now. The cinema's still there, which is, you know, thank goodness. But I was watching a YouTuber, and they said, oh, a lot of the places now have closed in Point Orlando, so a lot of the clothes shops aren't there anymore.
Oh, that's interesting. We haven't been there for a while.
We haven't been there for a couple of years.
Richard said Hamleys is overpriced unless there's a sale. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even if there's a sale, it just brings it down to normal price.
I don't think I've even been there when there's been a sale.
No, they do them, but it's sort of January time or summertime. The other thing is as well, of course, you really are going to Hamleys just for the experience of it, because it is Hamleys. Oh, Charlie's got 11 followers.
Wow.
I'm using the F word rather than the S word. But yeah, well done, Charlie. Well done. Do check out Charlie's videos as well. He's got some really good ones on there, and fantastic as well, because they're really good snippets.
And Richard's videos.
And Richard's, of course, as well. Do check out Richard's as well. But you can see 11 followers. Well done. That's big thumbs up. Right, guys. We've been going for nearly 2 hours, so I think we are going to leave it there. Thank you so much for everybody that joined the chat. As always, we had such a good time chatting to you guys, and we love talking to you. Thank you so much for all the tips as well that you've given some really good ideas, and hopefully everybody else on the chat was able to benefit from that and gave them some really good ideas. Have a lovely evening, Richard. You too.
We'll see your premiere.
Yes, which we're really looking forward to as well. As always. Oh, Sam, you just got here. Oh, Sam. We were just wrapping up. How are you, Sam? Are you well? Well, I hope you're good as well. We've had a massive long chat actually about places to go to. That's been the top discussion today. So we've got some really good ideas, and somebody's asked us to go and review a Costa.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad you are well. Just to let you know, Sam, we did go and get to see Fantastic Beasts.
Oh yeah, I forgot to. That was one of the subjects I wanted to talk about, was Fantastic Beasts.
Go on, while you're here.
It was so good. I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to give anything away in case people haven't watched it yet. I really wish she had written books instead of scripts, because there would be a lot more insight to everything. But you were saying that it hadn't done too well.
No, so I don't know if you saw that, Sam, because I'm pretty sure you've seen Fantastic Beasts, but it hasn't done well at all. It did really well in the opening, so it had a lot of people go see it, and then it's bombed, and I don't know why that is. So I think people have gone to see it, which does suggest that the big hardcore fans have quickly gone out to see it.
Yeah, that would have been
but that's it. So it's the hardcore fans going to see it. Well, pretty much like yourself.
Yeah.
And then obviously as well, because normally people then go and see this, and it kind of escalates because people say, I must go see it, I must go see it, I must go see it. And you do always get a cohort of people that try and get to see. I know it's not doing very well for some reason. That's what they're saying, and I don't know why. I don't know as well, because I know they were saying J.K. Rowling's made some controversial comments, but it hasn't affected her book sales. So I don't know if that's a reason, or it's just the fact that people aren't wanting to go. But I've got to say, as I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, I've not read the books as well, but I must say, of the 3 movies, it's a very enjoyable movie to see. I don't know whether as well if it had anything to do with the fact that Johnny Depp's been replaced by Mads Mikkelsen. I don't know if that had to say Johnny Depp fans were doing it. I do understand their decision, obviously with the court case going on, for them to replace Johnny Depp. But it is a bit of a shame that they couldn't carry that on with his character. But I do get why they didn't do that.
I think as well, for me, because Mark and I were having a discussion about who I think Mads Mikkelsen was a good choice. If you're going to replace Johnny Depp anyway, I do think Mads Mikkelsen was a good choice. However, I feel like the different with Johnny Depp playing the character, I think is more enjoyable because he is. I feel like with Johnny Depp, he plays a lot of whimsical characters. So like Edward Scissorhands and like Willy Wonka and the Corpse Bride and so he plays a lot of whimsical characters. So I think and things like Pirates of the Caribbean and all of that type of stuff. So I feel like he's a real character player.
Sarah should take care. Thank you for joining it and good luck with the upload. We'll be looking out for that.
Yeah, we'll be looking out for that. So I feel like he was a real good he's a real good character actor. With Mads Mikkelsen, again, I love his acting, but he's more menacing.
Well, I've got to say, because I do what you're saying, because Kenny and I were talking about this, and I think Mads Mikkelsen does tend to sort of play a very serious character, and I don't know that brought a serious element to it, and maybe it's too serious for the Harry Potter range, maybe. But I've got to say, Mads Mikkelsen plays a very, very good baddie. I've got to, and it was such a brilliant casting of it.
I feel like the cast are. Don't get me wrong, I do like Harry Potter, and I think a lot of the casting was quite good in Harry. Like Rupert Grint, I feel was excellent. Richard Harris was a better Dumbledore for me than Michael Gambon. Controversial, I know, but I really love Richard Harris. I like what's his name? Who was the one that passed away?
Richard Harris.
No, the Sirius Black. Not Sirius Black. The teacher. Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman. Yeah. And I really like him, and I really like Minerva. I forget the actress's name. She plays in Downton Abbey as well. So I really liked those characters, and I think they were really great casting. However, I feel like the casting for Fantastic Beasts. Now, I'm not saying that I prefer Fantastic Beasts to Harry Potter, books wise, because I don't have any books to compare, but books wise. So I can't tell you which books that I prefer. But if I'm going on films, I really do prefer Fantastic Beasts films to the Harry Potter films. I think the casting is excellent. You've got Eddie Redmayne. I think he was the perfect.
He's very good in that.
He was the perfect Newt Scamander.
I didn't understand why Zoe Kravitz's character didn't come back, because she disappeared.
Because she died in the other one.
Oh, did she?
She died in the
I can't
second
really
one.
remember.
Yeah.
That'd be why. Sam said, yes, I agree. The way the two actors play Grindelwald are very different. And they are. Now, I don't know if that had a bearing on it as well. There's so many factors. But yes, it hasn't done well at all. I would say, as a neutral, so like I said, I did enjoy it as a film. I would like them. I hope that doesn't affect them making another one, because they were supposed to do 7.
Yeah, they're supposed to do 7.
Now, the worry is, of course, that if it bombs, they may just drop it there, or they may just do one more and that's it.
I think that Johnny Depp would have had a real great bearing on it, because I feel like you had so you had, what's his name, Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
So you had Colin Farrell for the first one. Then you had Johnny Depp for the second one, and now we've got Mads Mikkelsen for the third one. But it made sense when Colin Farrell turned into Johnny Depp. Whether it makes, because they don't address it in the film.
No.
And I feel like not addressing it in the film was a mistake.
Well, I think that what they're implying is that he was always Johnny Depp. He just adopted this look of the Colin Farrell character.
Yeah, because he adopted Colin
to be in disguise.
Farrell, to be in disguise, right? So that's what I'm saying. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense to go to Mads Mikkelsen.
No, or so you're saying what they should have done is gone back to
either that, go back to Colin Farrell, because that would have been
that
would have made sense. But even then, I feel like Colin Farrell was really quite, again, menacing. compared to Johnny Depp.
Well, I've got to say, that would have worked actually, because then you could have had him change back and you then had that connection.
Right.
And then if it transpires that Johnny Depp's case goes the way they wanted
then
to,
it could have been a bounce between the two.
and then he could have gone back to that. That would have worked. But yeah, I think what they wanted to do is stick with the Mads Mikkelsen thing.
Yeah.
I think they needed to have that menacing character, and Mads Mikkelsen is menacing.
He is so menacing. He's so frightening.
But if you think about it, he always plays very serious villains.
He does.
You know, he played the Bond villain. He's played Hannibal, the young Hannibal.
Yeah.
So Hannibal Lecter, which is not a kid's thing.
No, but he's an excellent. But that's the thing. The caliber of actors that they've had are they're at the top of their game. I feel they're very high. I even, and I don't know the actor's name, the one who plays the friend, the tubby guy. I forget his name.
Oh yeah,
he plays in the
really
Goldbergs, and I really like it. I like all. I can't say an actor that I don't like, because I even like the young actor who plays the young Dumbledore, the one who plays the Flash in
oh yeah, I've forgotten the guy's name.
Is his name something Abraham?
Yeah, that's right.
I forget
he's
his name.
He's got longer hair in this one.
Yeah, and I really like him as an actor.
Even said Mads is always a good villain.
Yeah, but do you know what he really is? But I feel like he's too menacing. He's too good. I'm not saying that Johnny Depp isn't, but Johnny Depp is less threatening, I feel, and you feel comfortable with Johnny Depp being an evil character. I don't feel comfortable with. I really feel he's too menacing. I feel Mads Mikkelsen is too good.
Let's face it. If Johnny Depp's trial wasn't going ahead, or these incidents had happened, he would still be there.
Yeah, he'd still be doing the role.
Doing that.
And I think that I don't know if that was the right, and I don't know whose decision it was to not have Johnny Depp doing it.
No, I get that, because like I said, you don't know where the trial's going to be, and they don't want to run the risk of having someone if he's found guilty.
I understand that.
So but there's loads of ways they could have done. They could have done a backstory and then see how the case went and brought him back potentially, or then brought in Mads.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like I liked The Secrets of Dumbledore better than the second one. So I liked the first one. I did like the second one too.
Yeah.
But I thought the third one was really good.
Yeah.
And I really would like. I said to my nephew, like, if he wants to go and see it again, because I'm happy to go and see it, to go and watch it again. Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, Kelly, Sam, and whoever's watching, if you are into that, you might want to have to go and see it again just to keep the viewing figures up.
I think they will do another one.
I think they will, but I think if it bombs, they probably won't. Yes, I like The Secrets of Dumbledore more than the second one.
Yeah, me too. I can't imagine them, because the thing is, if she had written books, there'd probably be 7 books, or there might be 5 books maybe. But but you don't get the nuances, so you can't see, you can't read, because I'm assuming it would have been done from Newt Scamander's point of view, so from Eddie Redmayne character's point of view. So you would get all his thought process, why he's doing this, why he's, his haphazardness, his, the sort of like struggle that he has, and you would have been able to read all of that the same as you would have read Harry Potter. And so to not have insight to that and to just watch it as a film is very difficult for me, I feel.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I think it is interesting, and I thought it is quite sad that it has bombed, because I think the worry would be then, if you are, I would like to go and see your 7.
Yeah.
And do that, but like you say, if it doesn't do well, they're going to have 2 options. They might say, well, we'll do one more and see how it goes. If that bombs, then that's it, and that would be a shame then, because that would only be 4. Unless they could. The other thing could be, and I don't know, Sam, you might know, is sometimes what they do, like with John Wick, for example, the John Wick season, they've already, when they shot 2, they shot 3, 4, and 5. I think 4. Was it 4? Or they did 5. So they've already shot them all already. So they just release them anyway because they're done.
But I don't know if there's been a contract that's been signed.
Well, that's the thing.
To do all 7.
So I don't know if that's done already. So the plan was to do 7. Now they may have shot all 7 already and just release them bit by bit. So if that's the case, they'll release them anyway.
Yeah, they wouldn't have shot all 7, otherwise they would have had Johnny Depp.
Yeah, so it might be the fact that they're relying on obviously viewing figures as well. And the way it works in the States is it's quite brutal. Because they were saying, I remember reading this with Lost. So the series, so in the UK, if there's a series that's already paid for, they'll do, even if the viewing figures are doing terribly. So I remember many years ago there was an awful sitcom called Babes in the Wood.
Oh god,
which was terrible, but it bombed after the first season. But they'd already paid for 3, so they actually released all 3 seasons.
Did they?
Yeah, they released all 3 seasons because but even though it bombed, it'd already been paid for. But they said in the United States they won't do that.
No.
They'll say, so if they paid for 3 but it bombs, they'll say you've either got to change direction in it or you cut it. They won't show.
The thing, as years ago in the times of Babes in the Wood or whatever it was, how they would do it in the States is they play one episode. If the episode does not do, if the pilot doesn't do well, they get rid of the whole thing.
That's the same here.
But
hang on.
No, but I was talking.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
But now, what they do is that they actually give it its own season. So they now give it a season in the States. That's how it works.
Well, no, because I was saying for Lost. So anyway, so Lost did really, really well for season 1.
Right.
And then 2 as well. But they were commissioned up till 5, was it 5 or 6? But what they said was when they got to 3, they'd really slowed the pace down. So viewing figures just dropping.
Yeah.
And even though they'd be commissioned up to 5 or 6, they said to them, you're losing figures. Unless you pick up the viewing figures, we're going to can this show. So you'll notice that in season 4, it then rapidly speeds up. So the storyline just goes much, much, much quicker. So they managed to pick up some viewing, but not all. Hi, Beth. How are you?
Hey, Beth. I hope you're well.
I hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. We're just about to wrap up.
We were talking about Fantastic Beasts and the Secrets of Dumbledore because Sam came on and I thought, do you know what? It was a subject that I really wanted to talk about because we went to see it. And we were looking for a cinema that there wasn't like loads of people. But we found one that was like less than 10 people in the cinema. And it was a huge cinema. We thought, yeah, great. And we went to go and see that. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much so I want to go and see it again.
Yeah, we're very well, thank you. I hope you are well too. I hope how's things been? I hope everything's been good.
Yeah. And so I was saying that I really like the acting and the actors. I didn't like all of the actors when they did the Harry Potters. I love the books. I love the stories, the Harry Potter stories in book form, but I didn't really, and I think the reason why she has done it in film form is because a lot of people preferred the books to the films. If you read the book first and then you went and watched the films, pretty much 9 times out of 10, a lot of people are going to prefer the book than the film. So I think this time what she wanted to do was just the films. But without the books, I feel like you don't get the struggle that the character is going through. And
that may, if the films aren't doing well, that may push them to do the
books. But then if she does the books, she would have to do the books from 1. Does that make sense? You couldn't then. So, like, say if they did 3 films, they couldn't then go and do, because there's 7 films commissioned.
Hey, Josh. Hello. How are you?
Hey, Josh. So she couldn't commission, let's say, the books to start from where the films are finished. She would have to do the books from book 1. And I would really, really, really like it if she had done the books. And I'm not sure if maybe after the films she may do the books. I'm not sure, because they've pretty much already been written, right?
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
If you're doing the films.
How you doing, Josh? Everything okay? You good? Wow, Charlie's gone up to 14.
Wow.
There you go. Keep plugging at it. 14 followers.
So I am loving. I definitely want to go and see it again. I love Mads Mikkelsen. I think he's a great actor. is he he's for me he's too good of a villain to be Grindelwald. Grindelwald. I think it should have been. I can get on board with Johnny Depp. He's not as menacing.
We're good, thanks. Sorry, we're good, thanks, Josh. Really good.
Yeah. How are you? I hope you're good. And Mads Mikkelsen for me is too menacing. He's too good. He's too.
I don't know though, because I think that's the thing. But I do wonder that if the Fantastic Beasts series is starting to, well, I say the viewing figures aren't doing so well. I think that's what will end up happening. Yeah, I was going to say, Charlie, you've done really well. Look, just in that short space of time, you just shot up. Oh, Beth's got 48 subscribers.
Oh wow! Wow! I'll have to check out your channel, Beth.
Yeah, I was going to say actually, we will have a look at that. Because we've been talking about other people's videos, what they've been doing as well.
Yeah.
So we will check out your channel because we've not done that. I didn't know if you were. Josh has got 4, but we will check out. So and yours as well, Josh. What we like to do as well, promote other people's channels too.
What is it? What are your channels about? Is the question, I suppose. So I don't know what your because I've not seen Josh. I've not seen your channel, and Beth, I've not seen yours. So. What are your channels about?
We will have a little look actually. We have been talking with Richard and with Charlie and other people here with their channels as well. And obviously, like I said, promoting and having a look through. So we do tend to look at everybody's. Oh, Josh's gaming. That's right up my street. I will have a look at yours, Josh, and check that. Yeah, we'll have to put the light on. We've noticed that because we started when it was actually quite so.
Yeah, and now the things coming down a little bit. So
So I will check out your game channel as well. I do love gaming, as you see. I've done a few gaming reviews on our channel, but we haven't done them for a long time. So that's something I will check out as well. But Beth of the 48, that's good. We will have a look at that. But guys, we have been going for over 2 hours as well. So my throat is starting to go. Thank you so much for joining us as well. So thank you so much to everybody who's contributed as well. As we said, that's it for this week. Unfortunately, we will not be around on Friday as we're going out, but we will be back Tuesday 6 p.m. next week, where we will I used to post plain videos, but I deleted them. No, let's have a look at those. Yeah, have a great week, guys. Have a great week, Sam. Yeah, that's it for the week. But we will be back next Tuesday at 6 p.m. UK time. I hope you can join us then. We have got a few more videos that we are going to upload before then. So our trip to Rochester.
Yeah. I'm going to do part 2. I've already done it. Just waiting for you to do the thumbnail.
I've got to do the thumbnail. And then we will upload that.
Ready to upload.
So you'll be able to see that as a little substitute for Friday to give you a little taster before then. Until then, have a fantastic week, everybody. Enjoy the weekends. Remember, it's bank holiday weekend, so don't go working on Monday unless you have to. And then we will see you hopefully next week. Until then, remember, you are never too old to have fun. The trip, we've done the trip, Josh. We went to Rochester last week, so we will upload that as well and let you see our little trip then.
I uploaded one of the videos yesterday, so you can catch the Rochester video on our list, because I uploaded that yesterday, and I've got another one which I've already finished editing, and it just takes a bit of a deeper look into a couple of the things to do in Rochester. It's a very small place, only the high street, the cathedral and the castle, but such a lovely sweet place. Love it there.
But do check it out as well, and we will have a look at your gaming channel as well. I'm really interested in that, especially me, because that's right up my street.
I know, that's just
that is right up my street. But guys, do look after yourselves. Please take care. And remember, you're never too old to have fun. We will see you next Tuesday, hopefully. Stay safe out there. Or go back to JD Games, said Charlie as well, because that's Charlie's gaming channel. So I'll have a look at that too. I will have a look at that too as well, Charlie. Anyway, guys, look after yourselves. Take care. And hopefully we will see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye for now.
Bye. Bye.